Good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. Happy 4th of July. It is the 4th of July. If you celebrate it, celebrate it. If you don't. Don't give me your bullshit. I do not care, okay? It is now going to be considered a floating holiday for moi because it happens to fall on the weekend. So that's one extra day that I can go someplace and freaking take a vacation because you know I'm going to do that. Anyway, hopefully you don't have to work today. Excuse me. Hopefully you don't have to work today if you are a weekend worker. And if not, make that money. Don't let it make you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. So I need to go ahead and acknowledge that last night was my first time ever watching I think it's called Real Stacy Prince, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I've seen him ever so often, but I've never sat down and watched. So I had time yesterday. So I was watching, and he was talking to this lady on the thumbnail. I don't even know her name. If Skinny Boy comes through, he will know. And they were going back and forth, and they had the same. He had the same title. Who's ruining dating, or maybe it's ruining running. I don't remember, child. Um, but he was talking to this lady, and then as I was watching it, I was just like, mm. And what I always say came to pass because child, I be knowing these biatches, right? I know these biatches. I don't care what nobody says, all right? Let them talk, they tell on themselves, all right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I got to say. So we're going to watch that on fast forward speed because child, I only have until I got to be out of this hotel room by 11. So 7:30. So I got 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. Got about 3 hours. Then I'm going to go to brunch, and then I'm going to go to the airport and make my way home and probably see the fireworks by the time I get there. Not that I need that anymore. I remember when our kids was younger and we used to struggle to find places where you could park and so they could watch the fireworks. Now I could care less. Now I could care less. I'm just saying. Oh Lord, now I got now I gotta calm down. Too much energy. This is a good thing. What are you talking about? Just probably your day off. I understand. Enjoy y'all's time. If you're laying on the couch, you're laying in the bed, and you're chilling on your day off. Enjoy it. This will be a travel day. Here he is. I said, he said waking us up at 8. Damn. Well, it's earlier here. It's 7:30 here, so I'm up. Y'all need to be up. Listen, I ain't got time. I got to be out this room. So I said, let me squeeze this daggone show in based off of last night's Skinny, because I said that you would know this girl's name and her page. I don't know who she is, but I know that she turned into typical. I know she turned into typical real quick, but we're gonna get to her, child. We're gonna get to her. Shout out to all of y'all. Um, let me go ahead and get started because, like I said, I don't have too much time. So yesterday we did the spin that. Why do I want to say take me through that? Take me through that. So Young Miami with her new song, and India Ari, and the other one, Nikki Gilbert, had some issues with the song, and they spoke out. And the Nikki Gilbert lady was talking about she hopes she don't win a Grammy, which I think is taking it a bit far, honestly, because I feel like somebody goofy won something at some awards show, and I'm just like, well, if this is where it's at, this is where it's at. This shit ain't for me anyway. And so they were getting all the backlash, and as I was perusing these YouTube streets last night, there's all these people doing this. So Young Miami has a dance for this spin that thing. So now they're doing the dances. So the song is going to get popular and popular. It ain't going nowhere. The bottom line is it ain't going nowhere. So there are some other people who are saying, oh, this ain't right. This ain't good for the culture, blah, 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 including Boyce. Boyce's got something to say. And when I was on IG perusing this morning for some last minute, let's see what's going on, there's more. So let me go ahead and bring it up for you. And some of y'all in the comments, let me get to that in a second. Some of y'all in the comments is wilding too. Okay. Let me just say, my take on it is my take on it. And you don't have to like it. I don't care. But my take on it is my take on it. Of all things at this point in life to be worried about, this goofy ass song is the least of any Black person's worry, to be perfectly honest with you, in my opinion. Her illiteracy is probably more of a problem Because like I said, people who boost have been boosting forever. It's not nothing new. Most of this shit is nothing new under the sun. It's just that people, these women are now out here more so in your face with their whoredom, because that's what it comes down to. Let's not get it twisted. What we saw, what we actually saw, if you saw the video with Daphne Joy, is the same shit that Young Miami was doing with Diddy. You think that she got a pass? You think that she wasn't doing the same thing? Allegedly, but odds are it's probably the same thing. You're going to be messing around with Diddy. You think he's going to be nicer to you because you're you? And he took care of the people that did what the hell it is that he wanted them to do. We're not going to sit here and act like these heifers ain't out here to the highest bidder. Are we going to act like we don't know? So we're going to act like we don't know? Oh, thank you, Kennard. Yeah. What? Oh, I thought it said something different. Miami is the one that likes to get peed on. Okay. So lest we not forget that. So if these women, these young women, these Z's and the lower end millennials want to big up these people and they want to say that this is the best song, it's the song of the summer, let it be what it's going to be. Because like CTA said, the 90s are dead. The 90s type of love is dead. I don't think it's dead completely, but it's dead amongst this group of people for sure, if it was ever alive in them. Daphne Joy is a hoe. I don't care. She might be beautiful. She might be feminine. She might be in shape. She'd be all that. She's still a hoe. Young Miami, she might be beautiful. She is illiterate. I don't care. She might have a nice body. She can rap, I guess, if that's your standard. She's a whore too. And admittedly on both sides. These people should never be offended by somebody calling them a whore, because that's what they are. When you trade sex for money, you are a whore. Okay? That's what it is. So if she was able to maybe revive her rapping career and with this goofy ass song, it's a nice beat. Let's not get it twisted. This goofy ass song is where the outrage is. Good. Then when you're outraged, make sure you tell these parents to give their damn kids some sort of a foundation so that they're not led by songs that we already listen to as well. We listen to similar stupid ass music, Generation X, and we didn't come out here doing GTA type stuff. We wasn't out here deleting people. We wasn't out here wilding based off of what a song said. Unfortunately, this generation does and is, most likely because enough of them, not off of Miami for a second, enough of the dudes, the young men, the males are in GANGs. They're out on the corner selling DRUGS. So I'm thinking, me personally, it's more important to get that shit under control than to worry about this goofy ass song from Young Miami. But that's just me. But nobody wants to seem to do anything about that. You want to just say, we need more programs. No, you need to hold these effing parents accountable for their spawn. Nobody want to do that. You want to say crime is down. Oh, is it? And then when something happens to your kid, everybody's supposed to come to the rescue. And then nobody cares really until it's a white person, or at this point, an Asian person that did something about their kid. Are we going to tell the truth? We're going to shame the devil. It is what it is. This crazy ass mindset to think that over the weekend, and I've only seen one thing so far in Chicago, excuse me personally, where it looks like two oppressors were shot and somebody else was shot, which is an issue, but I haven't seen several things, but I have to be honest, I haven't been looking. I'll wait till Monday. But the point is there are a lot of issues in the community, okay? And no one seemingly can tell anyone anything, because everyone is their own self and they're all, not my baby. Because at this point, grown people are grown people and the odds are they're not going to change. Who thinks that Miami going to change? Miami just sat up here, bringing her back into the conversation and said she can't date nobody who makes less than $100 million a year. Now, she is in the places and spaces to possibly and potentially get that. Now, will she is a completely different story, given the fact that she does make the music that she makes, given the fact that she does admit what it is that she is, and knowing that she was with Diddy and all the things that he's allowed, that he expects in his quote unquote relationships. So if somebody want to go deal with her, they know what they're getting. They know what they're getting. But it seems like her and what is her name? Megan Thee Stallion, maybe trying to get onto the I'm ready to get married and settle down now. It's just on a higher level. That's it. There's another one too. I can't think of these people. But anyway, I don't know what Glorilla is doing. She's just a single mom now. Miami's a single mom. All these people got this. It's all the same. They just got money. That's it. They're just famous. That's it. That's it. So if your kids are idolizing these people instead of idolizing you and ensuring that they don't bring shame to the family name and have some values that were instilled in them, that they're going to be led by a spin that whatever, however it goes, then you're a failure up until they're a certain age, of course. Because honestly, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 10-year-olds, all that, they shouldn't be listening to it anyway. But to each his own, because no one can tell anybody in the community anything. They know everything. And then when someone tries to come and give them some advice, they poo-poo it. But guess when they come back? When they got issues and problems and they want some help. Now, y'all can have all that. That's why I do not care. That's a you problem. And like I said, these biatches is all the same. But back to this right here with India Ari and Nikki Gilbert. That's her name. So Hollywood Unlocked put this up late last night. It says Nikki Gilbert defends herself and India Ari after condemning Young Miami's Spin That Song. Black women are being demonized. Oh, no. No. Black women are being demonized for trying to uplift, inspire, and protect our community. Black women are being demonized. Who are you being demonized by? Anybody want to guess? I give you 3 guesses and the first 3 don't count. Who do y'all think is mostly demonizing India and Nikki? Anybody got any guesses, Bueller? Because I'm going to go out on a limb. I could be wrong, but I'm not. But I could be wrong, but I'm not. It's black women demonizing them. Exactly. It's black women demonizing them. Because who else is going to be offended at the fact that elders are speaking about what Miami is doing? Especially when they take me through that. I got the wrong song. I don't care. It's all the same. Take me through that. Take me through that. It's all the same shit. It's all the same shit. Oh, black women are being demonized by other black women. Am I the only one that sees that? They the ones that be in these comments. And the LTMs, of course. Of course, the LTMs. We'll get on that in another video that's coming up. So take that shit to them directly. Take that shit to them directly. It says, this is Nikki talking. What saddens me most... Hold on. Before I even get started, let me get it together. All right. We needed the right music. Let me get myself together, child. What saddens me most about this spin that conversation isn't the people attacking the opinions of 2 black women in music who have spent nearly 60 years collectively trying to uplift, inspire, and protect our community. Protect our community. It's the whole who know something is wrong. It's the people who know something is wrong, yet choose silence to protect their comfort, careers, or peace of mind. Ignorance has always been loud. What hurts more is the silence of those who know better. Much respect to India Ari for standing on her convictions. If the moment ever called for it, I'd stand 10 toes beside you without hesitation, queen. Then underneath it says, black women can't even stand up for our families and communities anymore. The fact that we can't exercise our freedom of speech on our own pages to say a song that promotes a criminal activity isn't good for our youth or community without being demonized and ostracized is crazy work. I love my people deeply. Sounds like a line from The Color Purple. I love my people deeply, but the cowards who know better and the ill-informed who don't have shown me after advocating for 30 years. Unfortunately, not enough of us want freedom. We want to fight with those of us who do. We are cooked and they are laughing all the way to the bank off of our dysfunction. Oh, Nikki. Oh, she goes on. People are deleting our babies in cold blood and getting off with a slap on the wrist for thinking they are shoplifting. Now we have songs that encourage the behavior being celebrated, and the two women brave enough to speak publicly about it being demonized and disrespected by the same people we are trying to save. Sounds a lot like what C. Dolores Tucker endured, trying to bring awareness to how gangster rap was negatively impacting our culture before we lost Tupac, Biggie, and any other rapper dead or incarcerated. We all have listened to the music, but when we know better, we do better, and maybe wisdom and experience is worth listening to. She went on and on. Uh, Somebody said to her, now I cannot see, where's your think pieces on men? Of course, sassies. Now you sassy straights know damn well you could not be left up out of this conversation. They said, well, what about men? Where's your think pieces on men? Y'all never have this energy for men. Always a black man. She says, I've had plenty my entire career. I've advocated for my people on the Hill, in the streets, and on the mic. I guess she means singing mic, hopefully. Black women can't even stand up for our families and communities anymore without being demonized and ostracized. We are cooked. Somebody says, I think if y'all also highlight some of the more violent and destructive songs from the male rappers, you'll have more of a leg to stand on. She says, I do, but after this, even those of us who did are probably going to just let y'all have it. There you go, Nikki. There you go. There you go, girl. Just go, let y'all have it, because it's been over 30 years of us trying and y'all just don't care. It's sad and terrible that women who deeply love our people can't get support trying to save us. What is this? Lil Duval said something. The same aunties hating on Young Miami Spin that are the same ones that was like this in the 90s. Ew, that cat look crazy. All right, we know about Trick Daddy, child. All right. So they going over all that other stuff. But anyway, child, Nikki in India is going to just have to understand, know, and recognize. It is a lost cause. It is a lost cause. I don't care what nobody says. These people are not going to listen. These people are not going to listen. They know it all. They know it all. And all that they know, we just sit here and watch them, because you know what? They need to learn their lessons. However they learn them, good, bad, and indifferent, it's on them. So it is what it is. Thank you, Katania's mom, for the finger hearts. What is that? Finger hearts? Thank you, boo. You're going to have to learn on their own. I mean, this is, if you did it when they were younger to try to teach them their lessons, hopefully they won't fall on their faces too daggone bad. But this cat is crazy though. But like I said yesterday, what are we gonna do? What the hell are we gonna do? When CGA, we did that show talking about the 90s is dead. The 90s are dead. These people are living in 2026 moving forward. These are people who are outwardly out here being whores. And that's supposed to be considered a business, a legitimate business now, okay? They're not ashamed of anything. They can't wait to turn 18 and become whores. They're out here putting themselves on the market to the highest bidder. And she think that coming out here saying something about this song is gonna do what now? Except for piss them off, and I don't give a damn about none of that, of course. But you think that's gonna change any of their minds? That's why if their parents aren't worried about it and they don't give them the foundation and the base when they're younger before they get out here into these streets, what in the hell do you think you're going to do? You're just some famous rich person, allegedly, is how they going to look at it. That's it. That's it. You have people willingly out here on this here internet, on all these platforms, talking about how much money they need for this, that, and the third. It's only about money. And then Young Miami with the other girl was already, they had some other song before, I can't think of what it is. They already had whatever. Then you had Cardi B and whatchamacallit, which I honestly think is a worse song than this song, is WAP. But that's what they do in order to get money. And who falls for it? Who falls for it? Hook, line, and sinker. The same damn community that is probably going to affect the worst. Fall for the shit, defend the shit, look for the shit, salute the shit, big up the shit, and be a part of the shit. And can't nobody say nothing to none of them. So somebody would say, keep trying, fuck them. I don't care. I don't give a damn. As long as it ain't my kids, then I don't give one damn. And my grandkids, I don't give a damn. I don't give one damn. If this is how they want to live and this is what they want to be responsible for, and the masses are going to ignore it, just like they ignore the things when it comes to black people deleting black people, but they want to be down there worrying about Frisco, Texas, do dissertations and lie on that. That's where they want to spend their energy, when we've already had too many issues going on in said communities in most major cities, and want to ignore that like it's not an issue on a daily basis, mind you. Daily basis. The crime is down. Don't worry about it, child. Crime is down. Boyce has a post up making it seem like all the people that boost are in jail or in prison. They might be, they might not be, whatever. They don't keep people in jail long anyway, so they're gonna be all right. This is so far not my problem, and I don't care. Just stay away from me. That's it. That's all. If their parents don't give a damn, I'd just be so confused as to why the hell the rest of us are supposed to give a damn. And then after a certain age, there's nothing that you can do. These people would rather complain about everyone in the whole free world. And you see how they brought in Sassy Straights real quick into this. Well, why don't you do this about men? Well, why don't you do this about men? And you know they talking about you, Sassy Straights. Thank you, Dallas, for the jewels. You know they talking about you, Sassy Straights. You know they ain't talking about nobody but y'all. Well, what about all these what about them? Well, what about the men? Well, what about the men? Well, what about the men? Of course. Of course. Of course. If Monique can't say nothing, Felicia Rashad can't say nothing, then lesser known, no shade against them, India Ivory and Nikki, whatever her name is, ain't gonna make no difference either. All you're gonna do is help bring more attention to the shit, and then they're gonna go ahead and big up her even more. She already got a dance to it. It ain't going nowhere. So let them be. Fuck them. Hoard them all 2026, and we taking it into 2027 without a doubt. So don't waste your time, because then let's go over here real quick. I found it. I told you about this yesterday. I found it. So this is the post about the married woman who kissed Chris Brown addresses the situation. It was just a friendly kiss. I didn't cheat. I just got carried away. Okay? Thank you, Dallas, for the chili. I appreciate you. So I don't know who this person is. Kingham Print here on Instagram. It says, a married woman. Hold on. Maurice, thank you for the sunshine jewels. Good morning to y'all. Thank you all for being here. Please hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. It says, a married woman who shared a public moment with Chris Brown, a public moment, okay, with Chris Brown, is now addressing the situation after the clip sparked major reactions online. She explained that it was only a friendly gesture and said she did not betray her marriage, but simply got caught up in the excitement of the moment. The viral celebrity story has opened a bigger conversation about boundaries, public behavior, relationship respect, and how quickly social media can turn one moment into major entertainment news. Many people are now sharing mixed opinions about loyalty, trust, and accountability. Ain't no loyalty, ain't no trust, and ain't no accountability. And these are still, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that these are still people that are Zs or lower end millennials. That's what that girl is. I don't know, but we saw the videos yesterday, and it was something, child. Shout out to Chris Brown. But these will be the same women in one breath that will say, how can y'all rock with Chris Brown after everything he did to Rihanna? How could y'all? He just a DVer. It'll be that. Let me go through it all. Look at what he did to Rihanna. Y'all know what he did with Rihanna. Y'all still support him. That don't make no sense. He a colorist. He don't even like dark-skinned women.
This is amazing.
He don't even like brown-skinned women. He like women, and y'all still go. I don't know why y'all go. Y'all go and y'all support him, and that don't make no sense. He don't even like y'all. He don't even like y'all. Chris Brown coming concert. Oh my God, I can't wait. I'm gonna go get me a floor seat. Hopefully he pull me up there. Hopefully he pull me up there. Then you go and you get somebody that gets pulled up there or pulled up with Usher with the cherry or whatever the hell it is that they be doing. They be married. It don't matter. It don't matter. It's okay. It don't matter. Husband be there sometimes. Sometimes he don't be there. Then it turns into a major thing. Who look like a whore yet again? Whoredom all 2026. It's okay. You don't know. Girl, we don't care. That's your problem. So if your husband leaves you and then you out there on the street because you didn't pay $2,500 for a meet and greet. Lest we not leave that part out. $2,500 for a meet and greet with Chris Brown. Looking at her picture up close right here, she definitely a Z. She definitely a Z. So because it's Chris Brown and it's one whorish moment on stage, now all of a sudden, the odds are the husband wasn't there though. Now all of a sudden she want to excuse her behavior for the fact that she basically cheated on her husband. And the fact that these people defend this, meaning the biatches, and then turn around try to act like they are so put upon and people be cheating on them and all y'all do is cheat on them and all y'all do is cheat on them. Well, you're okay with it when you do it. You're just not okay with it when they do it. It's okay with rules for thee, not for me. Rules for thee, but not for me. It's not a big deal. Let the inverse be it. Now, I know that Janet Jackson used to do similar things. I promise you, Janet wasn't out here kissing on nobody. No shade, Chris. If that's what they're going to do, which I know they will, then do it. So if Janet got up there and started kissing somebody's husband and then they came back and it became a kerfluffle, nobody would care. Nobody would care. I mean, I feel maybe they would say something, but it's like, oh, it's Janet Jackson. Oh, it's Janet Jackson. So this is what y'all go to these concerts for the opportunity that maybe Chris Brown will pull you on stage and he can fake hump you. They can fake hump you. You're absolutely right. The black women are the best cheaters. Remember, they took that on over there on tonight's conversation. That's the label. That's the label that you biatches want. Now you got it. So I don't understand how the hell it is that you complaining about what men do when y'all clearly are open to all of it until the shoe is on the other foot. Interesting how that works, right? Excuse me. So I ain't got no empathy for none of them. I have no empathy for none of them. Go and have your fun. And Chris Brown ain't thinking about you. He on to the next tour and about to go make some babies with a light bright or a Dominican looking woman. Okay. And then y'all gonna be fighting in the comments again when the story comes up that he had a party in some place and the security people out front said no darkies allowed. And then y'all gonna be mad. Child, he didn't got the money because he knows that y'all are gonna continue to come. You're gonna continue to support. You're gonna continue to go. And these be the same people that are misandrous talking about men. Say I'm lying. These are the same people that be talking negatively about men. You ain't shit. You are toxic. You are a misogynist. You are this, you are that. You can't stand women. You hate black women. You don't like black women. Blah, 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 blah. Y'all the most educated and the most dumb as a box of rocks at the same damn time. He's still a male. He's still a man. And you still giving up everything, your money, your time, your energy, your effort, potentially your marriages for a man that ain't going to think about you once you leave his daggone face. No shade against Chris Brown. Get your money, honey. If these dummies gonna continue to do this shit, then continue to get richer and richer and richer. And then when he comes out here one of these days, and I'm not saying it's gonna happen, I'm just saying allegedly, he come out here and say, I'm a Republican. They're gonna shit their pants. Say I'm lying. He come out here one day talking about, oh, I'm a Republican. I vote Republican. Oh my God, we made you. Yup, y'all always do. We made you who you are. You sure did. Yup, you gave them all the money. You gave them all the money. The 1,000 originally, the 2,500 now, sold out. Where do you pull $2,500 out of your ass? Talking about the eggs is high and the milk is high. How? Where? How? Where? How? How? Where? How? So let these people continue to whine and complain. This is why no one has much empathy or sympathy, why no one is willing to help. Not no one, because someone is, but for the most part, people ain't got no empathy or sympathy. Because like I said, shout out to Derwin for the sparkles. I appreciate you, boo. Like I said, if you want to continue to do what you want and then think that everyone else is supposed to take care of your needs, continue to think that, because we can see too. And we have brains. And we already knew that somebody was lying. Y'all remember, this is the worst economy ever. And Chris Brown sold out on 10 shows. I'm sorry, on 10 meet and greets for $2,500 per person. And somehow, some way, these biatches want to make someone think that they cannot afford anything and then turn around and say that you all, sassy straights, the black ones, have to pay for everything, and they know how to, or what y'all need to do in relationships and what you need to do in them and how you need to take care of them. And then you're supposed to, shout out to all of y'all. This is all the sassy straights, because I'm assuming that is probably all of y'all. You are supposed to work hard and die. And then that's when you get your flowers and your appreciation, or when you become a criminal. I'm just saying. You know what, OD? He said this is not the worst economy ever. That is a lie. That's what's being displayed. I know it's not. I know it's not, because I listen to economists. But these people, the regular media, want you to think that it's so horrible. It's so horrible. No one is even, as far as I can tell anyway, on a regular level, is talking about the fact that the gas prices is coming down. They don't want to talk about none of that. You can't sit up here, not you, but people can't sit up here and complain about what is what, and then turn around and go pay whatever price for Beyonce tickets and Usher tickets and Chris Brown tickets and meet and greets. These people are fooling nobody because they can't shut the fuck up about anything. But then it's the worst economy ever because you're wasting your money. You don't want to learn about money. Child, I'm not getting into it. F them, okay? They like it. I love it. Moving on. Let me go over. Oh, actually, there's another one, child. This one. This lady right here. This is, she said, Faith Fit Studio, where do you draw the line? There's no line to be drawn. So she's reviewing what we looked at yesterday with regard to Chris on stage. There is no line. There is no line. Which is why India and the other one, Nikki, wasting their time. They're wasting your time.
Become empowerment. And it's not just Chris Brown, because tomorrow it'll be another artist, but have we really got to a place where we call objectification entertainment? And before someone comes on the comment list talking about, well, they're adults, they agree to it. I know. Consent and honor are not the same thing. We have made lust louder than love, performance louder than purity, attention louder than character. And then we wonder why nobody truly knows how to love anymore. Kind of culture always celebrating what happens when culture forgets the value of a human soul. And as a woman, that hurts, because we're worth so much more than becoming somebody's fantasy for 30 seconds. And people really have the nerve to compare this man to Michael Jackson. Let's be so for real. We're daughters, we're sisters, we're future mothers, we're image bearers of God, creators. We're called to build, love, and nurture, to bring life into this world. We're not props or products or entertainment. Why are we teaching our daughters this is what being desired looks like, or our son, this is manhood? I don't want the kind of world. I want a world where women are honored, where men lead with integrity, where respect is attractive again. And I think about the next generation, how they have access to everything now, phones, social media. I know what exposure can do because I lived it. Even as a kid, things that I watched shaped battles I later had in mind. I think people underestimate how deeply what we consume can affect our hearts. Scripture says that our body is our temple. He knows our value, and the enemy's oldest trick has always been the same. If I can convince you that you're an object, then you'll never discover that you are made in the image of God. And I want every woman to know that you don't have to become somebody's fantasy to prove that you're valuable. You already are. That's what God says about you. I refuse to believe that God's design for women was to become entertainment for a culture that has forgotten their worth. I pray you have a blessed day. Bye.
Well, that was nice, young lady. And I appreciate what she's trying to put down. But these lustful whores are not going to listen. I would say it's going to be their children, but if they're whores, then the odds are their children are going to be whores. So I don't know where it's ever going to change. I probably won't see it. Odds are. I just would like to hope that it's not as many as it seems to be, because in real life, I don't know people like this. Some I do know some that take this culture too seriously because I know my children's friends, but that's not as many as what we see for me personally out here on the internet. I know you all know more because you deal with these people on a daily basis. You know I do not. I ain't got time for these whores. Anyway, shout out to I didn't know it was called the Take You Down tour. Well, I guess that makes sense. I guess that makes sense. All right. I think I lost my I think I lost my video. What the hell? Come on. Hold on. Hold on. Now the freaking internet is internet in here. There we go. All right, let's do it tonight and then get into this Stacey Prince video. It has been 30 minutes, 40 minutes. All right, I'm doing good. I wasn't doing good. CD said DoorDash just set a record last quarter in revenue, which is non-essential things to have. For the most part, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. But you know, these people don't cook, they don't clean, so somebody got to eat somehow, some way, right? So that definitely makes sense. And I'm not gonna act like I don't DoorDash because I absolutely do. But at the same time, I can afford it, and I'm not begging anybody for anything. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, and I also cook because I can't keep eating out all the time. But these people they think that this is how you eat, and this is really a convenience. Uber Eats and DoorDash and all the other ones are a convenience, of course. Of course, it's a convenience, but it doesn't mean that that's how you're supposed to eat. And then let's not act like. Shout out to Queen yesterday for the elevator scenario that Black people don't have the most health issues. They're not big. Can have issues based off of the fact that there's so much fat going on. We can tell the truth or we can lie. There's so many people out of shape, which is going to be an issue health-wise going forward. And all they're going to say is that it's racism. When all they got to do is make more food, eat more vegetables, eat at home, exercise, and that will help out a lot. But that's crazy talking, you know, daggone well that you can't say that. And then when someone can't, they can't achieve the goal of getting in shape with all these people that I watch on the damn internet showing you everything, it's racism.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't Black.
The racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Any excuse is better than none, and they gonna take it. Anyway, so let's listen to this one. I don't know if RBN sent me this or not, so I don't know if I can blame him for this. But this is she says she's fighting for her marriage. All right. So this woman looked like she older than me.
Fighting for a relationship becomes settling for less than what you deserve.
Husband or boyfriend?
Husband, I'm married. I'm in a long distance relationship.
How long is the distance?
He's in Nigeria. Wait, I'm 54, he's 36.
Okay. How did we know that? Okay, you ain't sending no money, have you? You ain't sending no money, have you? You haven't sent him no money, right? We haven't sent no money.
I send money every month.
Oh! No. Come on, Bryn.
So first of all, let me get this screenshot. But she's sending money every month to her husband in Africa. Okay. So you trying to tell me that this woman really thinks that whatever is going on over in Africa, because they ain't together, mind you, no shade Africans, you know, we like tethers around here. So you're gonna send money every month to the man in Africa, your husband. And now you want to come up here and ask tonight's conversation what you should do in order to make a marriage work, where he live over there, you live over here, you send him the money, and you think that this shit makes sense. I'm not even gonna call him a scammer. I'm gonna call her a dumber. We're gonna make up some new names around here. She's a dumber, and she should know better. She's older than me, and if not, that's a problem, okay? Because she definitely look older than me. She ain't young. Mother has lived. She should have a clue. It all always comes down to you sassy straights, tether or not, FBA or not. All this non-settling. We're not going to settle when all this settling is going on. Child, please. Then you're going to bring it to tonight's conversation. Oh my God.
I love you.
You have been scammed.
Earlier, my brother said love makes you do some crazy things.
Sure.
Love ain't make you do that. Desperation did. The lack of love made you do that. You didn't feel like you was worthy of having a real commitment, so you went and you settled for one of the oldest scams in the book. The Nigerian scammer of it all, married for pay.
Exactly. Do not blame the scammer. Blame the doer in this situation. Desperate. No self-worth. And the best thing that you could do so somebody could whisper something in your ear from millions of miles away is and then pay them to do it, mind you. Let's not forget that part, and then pay them to do it. Thank you, Night Jade, for the flowers. I appreciate you, boo. And then somebody is supposed to feel what for her? You look like a fool. Absolutely look like a fool. But you wanted someone to talk about you, so here you go. Here you go. TikTok is ruthless for what? Manzette said a fool in his money. Definitely a fool. Definitely a fool. I don't have any empathy for her. Not near a bit. Not near a bit. If you can't even do anything that makes sense, I guess that explains why the Spin That song is so popular. Because if this is what you do, what the hell did you teach your kids? If she has any, allegedly.
Papers coming up out of your wallet. And it's unfortunate that it led you to this route, but you got to figure out a way to get out because you said a commitment. This is a sham.
You a believer?
Yes, I am. As a matter of fact, she does him good and not evil all the days of her life. And that's what's making.
Why do people think just because you can quote some or read some scriptures and that means that you're a believer? I mean, I can write some down and talk about John 3:16 too. Like, that doesn't mean anything except for you wrote something down. But if you're not following it, that don't mean that you're a believer. That just means that you know what the Bible quotes are. You're not following them. There's no way. There is no way. And Kitty with her asking, are you a believer? Girl, what that got to do with anything? It doesn't matter. Honestly, in my opinion, none of that matters. Because she not following it anyway, or maybe whatever she believes, because it is up to your interpretation that it makes sense for her to do this and deal with that person and give them money and care for them and pretend in her head that it makes sense and that she's really in a relationship. She didn't even say that they got married and she brought him over here. She's sending him money for what? Are you moving over there? He ain't moving over here. So in essence, you're just tossing money out the window. Child, you might as well go gamble. It's the same damn difference. But if that's what makes her feel good, because at the end of the day, it's all about how they feel, have at it. But you sassy straights, you ain't doing shit. You ain't about shit. You ain't giving up shit. You don't make enough shit. You ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. But she gonna send money, shitty money all the way over to Africa. Woo, Lord help your people. Shout out to Gen Z. She said she received her education from Dr. Umar's School of Hard Knocks. She probably did. These are people that are still believing that that damn school is ready to go, and I ain't heard shit about an opening date yet. And ain't nobody send me nothing about no opening date. He just talking. People still believe in him. But the people giving India Arie and Nikki, what's her name, a hard time about Young Miami song. When you got the elders up here thinking that they are married to somebody in fucking Africa, and that makes sense as she sends them money, and now she up here talking about what should I do? I don't even remember what her stupid ass original question was at this point.
Let me stay, because I know if I leave, he's gonna become nothing.
No.
She knows if she leaves, he's gonna become nothing. She knows that if she leaves, he's gonna leave where, ma'am? Your house? Leave where, ma'am? This auditorium? Leave where? You're not together. Leave where? Leave where? He's doing a great job. He probably got you and 10 other women sending him money. He probably living in a damn castle.
No, let me do it. This is what I mean when people try to play God. The burden is not yours to carry. The burden is not yours to carry. Can I get 2-3 minutes, please?
Go ahead.
This is the valley that a lot of people place themselves in. And then they get mad at God. When they put themselves in the valley, when God had a completely different direction, but you chose to go through the valley. Now how you gonna get out of it?
That's what I'm asking.
This man right here that has on a white cap, do you have your phone on you? Can you raise your flashlight for a second? You see that light?
Yes,
How do y'all know it's a light right there?
because we see it.
Because you can see it, right? You saw the light. You fixed your eyes to the light. If you were in a valley right now, would you move towards the light?
Yes,
Because it's there, right?
yes.
Jesus is the way and the what? The only way you're going to get out this situation is not by
Now, I don't know what she thinks she's doing here, but they think she ate. All you need to do is say, girl, you can't be believing in too much, or you believing in something that the rest of us don't. But then none of this make no damn sense.
by this panel. It's by Jesus Christ. The light. It ain't going to be by your own might. You've done a whole lot of things by your own might that's going to lead you to destruction. You won't have nobody but your children when that man is having a field day off your money and taking the resources from you. If God is a God of abundance, why would you allow a thief to come into your life?
Because she's desperate. That's what it comes down to. With all this, what you got to give and what you got to be and you got to provide, and I'm not going to cook and I'm not going to clean and I'm not going to settle, then you turn around and see all the settlement. Now, I'm not saying that she on the internet saying all that, this lady right here, but I'm going to stick to the fact that she old enough to know that none of this makes sense. She's just desperate. She's just desperate. But a lot of these people who are not as old as her right now, that be out here on this daggone internet talking about you gotta, and then they're saying the men are wrong, they don't take any accountability and they don't do any self-reflection, will end up just like her. They will end up just like her because they'll be desperate. We already know that they're pretty much desperate anyway, just by them coming on this show and running off at the mouth about what it is that they do. Enough of them are already desperate. They don't even realize they be telling on themselves as soon as they get up here. But whatever. Good luck, but not really, because I don't give a damn. Let's get into the Stacey Prince show from last night. Hold on. Here we go. So the title is Live Debate, Who's Ruining Dating, Men or Women? That was what his title was. And this is the young lady. Skinny, do you remember her name? This is the young lady that he was going to talking to. I don't know if she has YouTube, but she has Instagram. And I think she's supposed to be the nice, feminine, friendly lady that y'all are supposed to be waiting for. This is who y'all want. This is who y'all be wanting women to turn into. And she was nice and cool in the beginning, and then more conversations started and it changed. So I'm gonna go ahead and start playing. I might not get the whole thing. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna speed it up, and hopefully, definitely ain't here for no 2 hours. But let's go ahead and hear what they got to say.
I enjoy. You know what's so crazy is that I enjoy it. Like, I don't know about you, but like when I grab your little snack and I just be looking at the comments and I'm laughing. So hey, it doesn't bother me. I actually enjoy it.
One thing.
So she's not bothered by comments, and somebody that was in them comments was me. But she is not bothered by comments, y'all. Okay, shout out to her.
Thing for sure. You are not going to please everybody. You're going to ruffle some feathers. You know what I mean? But listen.
This is as loud as it gets too. Let me turn the music down though.
I want to welcome you to the platform. I appreciate you making time to rock on out with us. You know what I'm saying? You drop a bomb. You drop a bomb. If you don't mind, introduce yourself. What's your name? What's your online presence about? And where people can find your content at?
Of course. So my name is Snow. I am an accountability dating expert. So if you really look at my
accountability dating expert. I didn't hear this part. So this woman is an accountability dating expert. Child, people did she go to ChatGPT for that name?
Content, I'm all about teaching women to take accountability, stop blaming, and play smarter when it comes to dating. So the main thing I'll tell any of the ladies who follow me, who support me, is you have a choice. It's time to choose better. So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Threads, the Cold Truth Pod, or the Cold Truth with Snow on Facebook. I have a group chat that opens up every Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook. So you can definitely find me there. Come in. We can have some spicy conversations. Get some answers here. We're going to take accountability when we do it now. Even though the men don't think that I make my ladies take accountability, we take accountability over here.
They take accountability over there, y'all. Remember this. They take accountability I forget her title already, but it sounds like bullshit to me.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't think we're ever, and I know this for a fact, we're never going to get anywhere without that. And I'm talking about on the men's side and the women's side. No conversation can be started. And if no conversation can be started, then we can't even get to the premise. We're in the Black community, we're in a lot of trouble. We're in a lot of trouble, right? Honestly, some would say that I'm in error by calling this, what we see today, a community. We don't really have a community like everybody else has. We have individualism taking place, right? So your profile says accountability and dating expert. How long have you been doing this?
10 years. So I started off psychology, moved into marriage and family therapy. So I've seen it on both sides, being a part of therapy, counseling people for marriages and family. And I started this off by I felt like, kind of going back to what you said, the Black community doesn't really have a community. So when I started out my journey 10 years ago, it was because I felt like not too many people in our community actually fought for a relationship or fought to understand what was taking place so we can move past the stigma. And I just felt like we didn't put enough effort into that space. So that's what made me set out to do this. And now I've jumped off of the corporate ladder, so I may say, and I'm kind of doing my own thing. I get to link.
I like that. Much respect to that. So you said you gave up your, what's it called? Your reliable money to take a shot at what you believe you're good at?
Yes.
Gotta always salute that. Gotta always salute that.
So she got a business as the, dating accountability expert that she gave up corporate life. Shout out to her. Hopefully it all works out very well. Good for her. Shout out to her. She got a business, sis.
You throw me for a loop. I'm pretty sure you throw me for a loop. Listen, before I saw your energy, I was on your top. Before I saw your energy, right? But listen, here's what the reason I'm asking how long you've been doing it. You have some videos. I haven't seen everything, of course, right? You have some videos where you have some points that are pretty much common sense, but they're not common sense to everybody, or else everybody wouldn't be falling for the same mess over and over. I definitely agree with you that if a man invites somebody out to eat and he's talking about Dutch, yeah, it's time to go, right? And I'm gonna say that to everybody. Listen,
ain't no inviting nobody out to eat and talking about she got to pay for her own, gentlemen. Okay, you heard Stacey, you heard what he said.
I'm offended that and this is on behest of the man. I'm offended that we have to even say this, but hopefully there's not one of you out there. If you invite a woman out to eat, please let it never make it back to me that you asked her to pay for her portion. It's insanity, right? So I agree. I agree with some of your concepts. However, I think that there's
no, she agrees with that part. Thank you. You heard that, right? Yeah, she listening. Listen to him.
Portion of some of the clips that I've seen in your videos that are wrong. And here's what I mean when I say wrong. I'm talking about can be proven wrong. Like if we open up the stats, I want to show you something. Let me see something. Let's go.
Selfish girl. I'm telling you, be selfish, because I promise you he's being selfish and he's not going to stop being selfish for you.
This is your accountability coach, y'all. This is your dating accountability coach. This your dating accountability coach. Now, I wonder if she was on her way out on a date or not. I didn't understand what was going on. Now that I heard the first part, I just didn't understand when I saw this. I thought this was somebody else. This is her. Out here on this internet, dating accountability coach. This is who's teaching women something. I don't know what she's teaching them, but something, child.
I need you to be so selfish that you surprise your damn self. I need you to be so selfish that you ultimately put yourself first every single time.
The dating accountability coach. Be so selfish that you put yourself first every single time.
But so that it shocks you. Be selfish. I need you to be selfish when dating, because a man that really wants you, he's going to value the fact that you put yourself first. If you put that man first, if you make everything about him, the world revolving around him, he's only going to care about himself. A man who sees a woman only praising him, he's going to make the relationship all about him. And don't let him make you feel bad for being selfish. Hell, I promise you, he's being selfish. So he's not thinking about you. He's weighing his options. He has other women. He's building up a whole roster just in case you do one little thing that he doesn't like.
This is accountability. This is your accountability coach. This is, you know, the Biatches is listening to her too. Yes, sis. Yes, sis. That nigga's cheating too. He got a whole roster. She's just putting shit in people's heads. I hold women accountable. Durwa said, I ain't gonna lie, I don't like either of these people so far, and it probably ain't gonna change. You don't have to like either one of them. It doesn't matter. It's not even about liking. It's just the fact that she's an accountability coach for women. I didn't realize it was a thing. She's accountability coach for women. You all need to be selfish because that nigga over there, I mean, I know she didn't say that word, but they over there with a whole roster. They gonna do them, and then they gonna think, this is the accountability person. Okay, girl.
Okay. So this is where I'm conflicted. Jeez, there are some things that I've seen of yours that I said, no, she had a point right there. I've seen probably about 10 or 15 of your videos, something like that. And I want to get this out there now. I pride myself in being what I consider the most impartial man on social media, meaning I'm coming with no agenda. I'm coming here reading and comprehension, knowledge, and see what floats to the bottom after we're done like that, right? Now, when I first heard this part right here, the first thing that came to my mind was, how is something like that going to play out long term? How can a mindset like that play out long term? I mean, how sustainable do you think that mentality is going into a relationship that you've already had your mind, I'm going to be selfish when I go into this relationship? That mentality, that energy, that type of drive that you're taking into a relationship, how is something like that positive?
So this is where I kind of want to start off, and I think people get confused when it comes to the type of content that I put out. We already know the attention span is already about 30 seconds. You catch them in the first 3 seconds, or you ain't got them at all, right? So when I'm talking about being selfish, I am not translating that over into an actual relationship. So I'm going to use you and I for an example. We're just getting to know each other, right? Women are natural nurturers. So often we're going to...
Women are natural nurturers. They're supposed to be, but go ahead, girl. He's sweating like a banshee over here. What is going on? Both of them. Panther, thank you so much for the Jules. Appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
Conform or change ourselves into being what this new man that we have met or came in contact with, what he wants us to be. More so, we're going to change our habits more than he will. So when I talk about being selfish, that's in that moment of you getting to know someone and you guys are establishing whatever this is going to be, you need to continue to put yourself first. That man is not going to be interested in the fact that you stopped your entire life to just focus on him and what he wants to do. He wants you to still have that independence. Now, when we talk about going into an actual relationship,
how about she discusses that with a person that she's trying to possibly be in a relationship with? Is that a thing? Is that an option, a possibility? I guess not. I guess just go ahead and do what she says and be selfish.
No, you're not going into that relationship being selfish because no, you can't sustain any relationship being selfish. But when it comes to getting to know, that's why men date better than women date. Because men know how to weigh their options and hold a little bit for themselves when they're getting to know these different women. Women don't do that. We pour everything into that particular person in that moment. Be more selfish.
Sweetie, you really believe what you just said? You really believe that, sir?
I do. So let me ask you this. Have you ever met a woman or you're getting to know her, you're trying to figure out where your friendship is going to go? Did she or did she not? Her presence was very nurturing, very giving. She was very...
Gentlemen, do y'all get very nurturing and very giving personalities from these biatches? Is that what y'all get from Young Miamis? Is that what y'all get from Daphne Joys? Is that what y'all be getting?
Thanks for the tip.
Ooh. Hold on. Sorry.
Convenient most of the time? Or have you experienced something different?
Well, I'm a different caliber of man. I won't settle for just anything. I've been like that since I was, I think, 13 years old. I always knew
MSG.
Like, so I'm very, very, very different. My opinion really doesn't matter because it's not the average opinion. It's not, I don't live my life the way the average man lives his life. But I think where we're conflicting is this. You really think that, now let's relegate this to the African-American community. You really think that we have a surplus of African-American women who are available to date, who are nurturing?
Okay, so now you want, so it seems like...
Answer the question, ma'am. Just answer the question. Selena, what? Generation Z up in here. Thank you, Boo. She says, why is he sweating like a 304 in church? Now, listen, it's hot over here on the East Coast. I don't know where this man is. It's definitely hot over here on the East Coast. So I'm going to just, maybe that's what it is. And the air conditioning didn't condition yet. I don't know. But in the comments, they was eating him up saying that she was making him sweat like this. Again, this is the first time I've ever watched this, man. But this was an interesting conversation between these two.
You're more tailoring us towards the masculine presence that Black women present. Okay, let's talk about it. So if we want to talk about how masculine the average Black woman is presenting herself to be in the community, let's go back to taking accountability. And I just put a video out about this. The Black man needs to take accountability for some of the anger that the Black woman has.
See how it's changing already? You Negroes, you sassy straights, the Black ones need to take accountability. Let me rewind it. For how the Black woman is right now.
Out about this. The Black man needs to take accountability for some of the anger that the Black woman has. And the Black woman needs to take accountability for letting the societal norms force her into choosing from the low selection of men that we have in our community. So we can talk about.
Now that changed real quick. Right there, I said, yeah, I'm all in now. So it's you sassy straights' fault, and the women, it's not kind of their fault because the society is y'all, and then it was forced, and it's not, and they had to make a choice. So they are absolved. Now this is the accountability expert woman, okay? This is the accountability. This is before I knew she was an accountability expert person. I was like, girl, you're full of shit. Girl, you're full of shit. She's the same old under this guise or mask, even though it's not really a good mask, because I'm just like, girl. If y'all don't listen, sassies, if y'all don't go take accountability for the way that these women are acting.
I just said it the other day. Our men are not raising the boys to be what the community needs. And you can say, I had one man say that Black women don't know how to be in a nuclear family. We want to talk about family. We want to talk about being there for your kids. Okay. The same way that you guys stand in the line and wait for these new games and new J's and new Jordans to come out, stand in the courthouse line and try to get the same custody or visitation rights for your.
Y'all stand in line waiting for Jordans. Let me back that up. Don't miss it.
Being there for your kids. Okay.
Y'all not there for your kids. Y'all need to do what you need to do for your kids.
Same way that you guys stand in the line and wait for these new games and new J's and new Jordans to come out, stand in the courthouse line and try to get the same custody or visitation rights for your kids.
This is the. Let me grab this screenshot of him. Hold on. He looking like Samuel L. Jackson. Hold on, let me get the screenshot. That's a good screenshot. If y'all don't get down to the courthouse and fight for y'all's kids, I don't understand what the hell y'all stand in line for J's. Y'all stand in line for video games. You need to go stand in the courthouse in order for y'all to take care of y'all's kids. And y'all not doing that. This is the accountability to women expert, y'all. Telling y'all what y'all need to do. I feel like I haven't heard her say anything about what women need to do yet, but that's just me. Shout out to Derwin. I appreciate you. He said, y'all heard of Keith Sweat? Well, here's Sweaty Keith. That's too funny. Shout out to Derwin. I appreciate you, boo. Shout out to RBN. Thank you, boo. He said, wait, one damn minute. Society made Black women pick homeless slugs? Yes. It's all y'all's fault. It's all y'all's fault. You already know.
Thanks for the tip.
Y'all already knew. Don't act like this is new information. This is your accountability expert for women. She changed up right quick, okay? That's why I thought this was so fucking funny last night. Not funny, haha, but funny. It's like, who is she fooling? Who's being fooled by this? Who? She was all nice and calm in the beginning. We just getting started, y'all. Shout out to Kofa. Good morning to you, boo. He said, you see how quick that pivot was? Exactly. This is exactly what brothers are talking about. We can agree with you, but agreeing with us comes with stipulations. I'm with you. I agree. When I was watching this, before the beginning part, I didn't hear. I came in about maybe 5 minutes from this moment right here. And I was listening to her while he was over here sweating. And I'm just like, girl, what? That quick? Let them talk. Child, all the time, I just be like, let them talk. They're going to tell on themselves. She is an accountability expert for women while blaming men from the gate and talking about the reasons why women is because of men and the community is because of men and society. Not a bit of accountability yet.
it goes into women are angry because for generations they've been doing things by themselves. Why is the black
women are angry? The angry black woman is because they have been doing things for themselves for generations. That's y'all's fault.
Black man's ego so strong when it comes to dealing with the women in our community? There's no compromise. There's no chastising that can be done. There's no real partnership. It's just based on ego. So yes, black women have to present masculine in order to support them.
And don't forget, it's masculine with a T, y'all. So black women have to perform masculine because of all y'all and y'all's egos, because y'all ain't shit. Let me just cut to the chase. Because y'all ain't shit. It's all your fault.
Themselves, because they've been running a household by themselves forever. And black men are saluting these women for doing that.
Girl, you so right. You so right, girl. And I just, listen, child, let me tell you. So if I had this behavior, should I turn this off and on? Because what black women did, girl, I got to act like this.
No. When I say, again, if you heard me before, I said black men should take accountability, black women should take accountability too. Because you don't have to accept what's being put on your plate. But at the same time, the way that our community is, women have a right to be angry.
And I think, I'm glad you said it like that. Go ahead. I'm glad you said it like
women have a right to be angry because all men want an angry woman on their arm saying, I have a right to be angry, right? Doesn't that sound like bliss sassies? You sassy straights, the black ones. Doesn't that sound wonderful to have an angry woman on your arm? Isn't that what every man loves? That's why they can't understand why people fall for Daphne Joy. She is a whore. Let's not get it twisted. I don't think anybody is running to marry her. However, people are drawn to her. And Coach pointed that out last week, if I'm not mistaken. This is the accountability for women coach talking, saying it's all sassy straights' fault. Now, one bit accountability for women yet. Child, this was so funny. RB, and I appreciate you. He says, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking him. I'm blocking me for listening to this triggering shit. I had to bring it to you. Well, listen, it shows and prove that they're all the same. Not all, of course, but this accountability coach, come on now. I know Queen, he blocking himself. This is too funny. Hit the like button, subscribe if you are new.
I like to be angry about certain things too, but I'm here for the women and the women only. So when I say, if I force a man to take accountability in something, I'm gonna say the woman needs to take that too, because she doesn't have to settle for the options that are being presented in front of her. So yes, they're angry. So y'all cannot complain about the masculine way that a woman presents when that's what she's left with. Those are the choices that she had.
Yeah, those are the choices. This was what she was left with because of you, sassy straights.
So you probably don't know this. I've been to prison. I was in the streets for years, heavy in the streets for years, like pretty much the stuff you see on TV. Do you see me now? Do I appear to be that same individual?
From what I don't know you.
You think I'm out on the street? You think I'm out on the streets?
Listen, I don't know you. This is
99% of my videos, but my point is this: the late great, hold on, late great Kevin Samuel said something that will nip this all in the bud. The late great Kevin Samuel said something that will nip all of this in the bud.
I love Kevin Samuels. What did he say?
He said the world does not.
This woman loves Kevin Samuels. Who believes that? This woman just said that how can she love Kevin Samuels and then turn around and say this shit? Oh, I guess she just liked what he looked like, maybe. Or liked the fact that he had money, maybe. Maybe that's what she meant. My bad. Maybe that's what she meant. She loved Kevin Samuels.
Hold on. Late great Kevin Samuel said something that will nip this all in the bud. The late great Kevin Samuel said something that will nip all of this in the bud.
I love Kevin Samuels. What did he say?
He said the world does not owe you or I any sympathy or understanding. Either perform or don't, but you will be judged on your performance. So regardless if black men did this, and this, and this, and that, there's an issue. Because if black men did all of this to African-American women, then why is the African-American community the only community operating off of a matriarchy?
To the tip.
Women run the black community. Women do. You said men should fight for their children. Why do we have to? That's crazy. No other community has to fight for their children.
But that's the woman operating.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Because plenty of people, as evidenced by, I forget who I used to watch, but it just doesn't even make any sense. Other people have to fight. White men go through the same shit. They absolutely do.
In the masculine energy that we have to operate in.
So my sister.
You said you either do or you don't. Either way, you're going to be judged. We're doing. That's the black woman actually doing.
Okay.
And what does that say about the man that that a woman is running most of what's going on in our community? What does that say?
So now, gentlemen, he said that the community is being run by women. She acknowledged that, but it's y'all's fault. What does that say about the men that the women are running the community? This is the woman's accountability coach.
So my sister,
you said you either do or you don't. Either way, you're going to be judged. We're doing. That's the black woman actually doing.
Okay.
And what does that say about the man that that a woman is running most of what's going on in our community? What does that say?
But as soon as you start to point out what it is that they're running into the ground, then it's not their fault. So is she really pushing accountability for women, or is she pushing it for men? Shout out to Dane in the building. Thank you, Boo. He says, Mrs. Hyena Slayer, salute. Thank you so much, hun. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. This person says, absolutely nothing wrong with a matriarchy. Okay. If you say so. Anyway.
Say about the presence of a man. This is when women come into play saying that they are not a lot. Not saying all, because again, if you know me and you're a true supporter of mine, I do not think this about all men, but a majority of men are not showing up as providers.
A majority of men are not showing up as providers
because they don't know how to provide.
Because they don't know how to provide.
I agree. Why don't they know how?
That because
because of the matriarchy. But do you think that she's going to say that? I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 3 don't count.
Homes are broken.
Why are the homes broken?
But even if your father is not in the home every single day, again, there should be no excuse for how you're showing up for your kids. No woman, no job, no long distance, nothing should take the presence of you showing up for your kids. So again, as I said before, the way you stand in the line for those games and those J's, stand in the line to fight for your kids.
What type of men are you guys dealing with who are still standing in line for J's and still playing games? See, this is the issue that this is the issue that we talk about often.
Pukna and Ladarian, DeMarcus and Darkus.
And it's one thing that drove a lot of women to say they hate Kevin Samuels is once the ball is put in your court, you are therefore responsible for it, right? My question is, so me, I know that I believe myself personally, there's 70%. There is 65 to 70% of women in the African-American community who are not fit to even have sex with. They're not fit for wives. They're not fit for any of that. Now, with such a large influx of them, how come it doesn't affect me? Because I choose wisely. It is up to me if I go out there and I lock down a stripper and say, hey, I want you to have my seed. All of that falls back on me. 100% of it. You disagree with that?
Thanks for the tip.
That's what my platform stands for, choosing wisely.
Okay, so these kids
her platform stands for choosing wisely. Okay, now it's choosing wisely, but I thought she was an accountability expert for women. I haven't heard any accountability for women yet. Have I missed it? Please let me know. If I missed it, let me know. Thank you, Boo. He said, wait another You know what? You deserve to be riled up after you sent me that video yesterday. And yes, I still blame you. Urbian says, wait another damn minute. Didn't I just prove on my last stream? Proving is the responsibility of both. I'm going to bed. I hear you. I hear you. This is the accountability expert that's teaching. She's teaching other women, allegedly, the right way on how to get along with you sassy straights. Good luck to those women. They're going to be just like her by themselves. Azu, good morning. Thank you, Boo. He said, Women Accountability Course Chapter 1. Here is what men need to do. That went to shit very quick. It did. Exactly. That's why it's funny when I heard the name of her title for herself, knowing I've already seen this. I was like, I know you effing lying.
We're turning out this way. They're turning out that way at the behest of the mothers. There's more. Listen, there's a study that was done, and up on those tested.
Now, he just said it's because of the mothers after she acknowledged that it's a matriarchy. So that means it's the women that's running shit.
For paternity tests, around close to 60, it was over half of the percentage of paternity tests came back. It's not even the child's father. We don't even, in the Black community, listen, I want to ask you something. On a scale of 1 to 10, how out of pocket do you think African-American women are?
Uh-oh.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say at least a 7.
I respect that. I respect that. Now, here's the issue that I have. I agree with you. I believe it's a 7 or 8 because they no longer respect themselves. My grandfather used to say this. He said, you want to be scared of somebody? You be scared of a some bitch who don't give a damn about themselves. Mm-hmm. We can see it permeating all throughout the Black community. Now, one thing that we do not have a problem with, you don't see any platforms where men are talking about, no, we don't be gang banging and taking each other's lives. You will never, ever, ever, ever see that. You will never. I do it so many times, I'm not even going to do it right now. I'll just reach down there in the chats and I'll ask the men, what type of man doesn't take care of his children? They'll say, piece of shit. And a couple of times, guess what some of the men have said? Big bro, I appreciate it, man. I needed my coattail pulled. I got to do better. Now, we're not seeing that on the other side. The reason we know that we're not seeing that on the other side, African-American women have been ranked the most undesirable group of women to date on the entire planet. Do you know how hard you have to be working to earn a badge like that?
On the planet, though? Wow. That's a mess. The most undesirable woman on the planet. Damn! Always these crazy ass statistics that Black women are at the top of. And I got to be included because I'm a Black woman. It's just not my lot. It's not my issue, right? But child, imagine having that and just ignore it and just be like, it's just not true. It's just not true. It's y'all's fault. It's you Sassy Strays' fault, of course. Woo! Shout out to Maurice Matt up in here. I appreciate you, boo. He said she is the antithesis of accountability. Everything she's saying is diametrically opposed to accountability. In short, she full of shit. Absolutely. Again, before I even knew what her alleged title was, I already saw that she was full of shit. It just didn't take long for her to show herself, her true self. And then that video that he played where she's half fucking dressed, and then she's sitting up here talking about be selfish. How the hell are you gonna be in a relationship and be selfish? It doesn't even make sense. So if this is what she's teaching, congratulations, women that follow her. She's playing you and you playing yourself. I mean, why, if you're trying to be in a relationship with a man, right? And there's all these men on this here damn internet that's always having these damn discussions and panel discussions about relationships and all that type of stuff. And you're going to go to that heifer and listen to her, child, you just doomed anyway. That's my 2 cents. Shout out to you, boo. I appreciate you. Dane says, thank you, hon. Medium man, I'm assuming channel has educated me about the matriarchy talking points. It's false. 55% of Black men live with their kids. I don't know about that with how men that live with their kids. Like I said, all the men that I know, I would never know a man who does not take care of his kid. I just wouldn't know them. These people are okay with it. There's a certain subset of Black women who have no problem dealing with men who don't already take care of their kids. It don't make sense to me. So if you are already allegedly, for whatever the reason, not taking your kids, what the hell I need you for? Because if we should have kids, you're not going to take care of mine. And for y'all to say that you don't want to deal with women that have children, I completely understand that as well. I told you about the dude that had 4 kids and his ex-wife, whatever she was, showed up to my door. Why would I want to go through that? That's stressful. I don't have time for that. So I'm like, all right, we're done. Goodbye. That's a lifetime of bullshit. These people love this type of shit. These people love that type of shit. You can have it. I don't want no drama. I don't want no trauma. And I don't want to deal with nobody else's bullshit. I don't want to deal with no specific rules for you and then different rules for me. That's why all these households that have all these kids that got all these different parents and they all mush together cannot be good for them. These people think it's good. They think it makes sense. They think it's cool and it's cute. Have the fuck at it. That's why your kids is out here gremlinizing on the streets. Everybody want to act like it's not a problem. People want to act like you can't say anything. People want to act like you don't know nothing. Fine, we don't know nothing. And when the problem happens and there's an issue, don't come back to me. I'm going to take it on the chin. Don't come back to me looking for shit because y'all don't want to listen. You got all the answers. So handle it. So go ahead and handle it. And when you find out that you can't, then you can go to daddy government, as people call them, and you can go beg them for pittance. You can go beg the government for pittance. That ain't going to be helping you not one bit to come up out of poverty, to change your damn situation, to better yourself up. doing all the things that have already been shown and proven to not work, to not be better, and yet do it over and over and over again. Blame someone else, take
Thanks for the
no
tip.
responsibility, take no accountability, but you think something's going to change for you because you're you. Cool. If you like it, we love it. I'll say that. Thank you, Dane. He said, there are no stats saying Black women are the most undesirable. I don't know if it's a stat like a particular CDC or something like that, but it definitely was done on a dating app. It was definitely done on a dating app. I forget which one it was, to say about the swipe right and swipe left, and all the biatches was mad on TikTok about it. And then so they changed their race to white, and they changed the picture, and then they said they got more swipes on it. But the thing about that is, what good does that do you? Because once they see you, they're gonna pretty much know that you're not white. But they said that that's racist. You can call it racism if you want to. Why would you want to be with someone that doesn't want to be with you? You're gonna force them? You're gonna make them? You're gonna what? What are you gonna do? Exactly, Dallas. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. You can sit up here and be mad about it, or you can do something about it. But I think that enough Black women just want to be mad and think that they can just say racism isn't supposed to change something. It ain't gonna make no bit of a fucking difference. If you're not gonna change you when you are the problem and you're not getting the result that you want, and you don't think that you need to change, and you think the rest of the world is supposed to change, that's the problem right now, is that too many people and entities think that everybody's supposed to change for them. How the hell do you think that the world is supposed to change for you? That's just not how it works. But you can't tell these people anything. So let's watch them Charlie Brown it up, Charlie Brown and Lucy it up, and we'll just sit here and laugh. Shout out to Celine White Woman. She says, reminds me of the guy I was talking to who was a white man with multiple children by multiple women. All of his kids are white, but that's ghetto still. Yeah, girl, absolutely. I think I told you, leave that man where he stands. I believe you told me that. And I said, girl, move on. Move on. Ain't nobody got time for that. You are too young to be becoming somebody's damn stepmother. That was the other thing. Why the hell would I want to be a stepmother to 4 children? I ain't even got no children of my own. Nah, nigga. Nah, y'all got to go. Not only that, but I ain't got time for this type of fucking drama. Ain't no way. Come on, child.
Can I say something to that, though? And it kind of goes back to what you were just saying. When it comes to, you just recently said, what type of men are you dating? Are some women dating that are still waiting in line for J's and X, Y, and Z? I agree with you. My platform is based because a lot of women have stopped respecting themselves, have stopped saying what it is that they really desire and holding up the standards that they want. So when I'm talking in my videos, we're not talking about all men. We're talking about that there is a young lady out there somewhere that, yes, her man still waits in the line for J's more than he does anything for her. And
well, if that's an issue, then why is it her man? That would be my question. If you have a problem with a male, whoever, that waits in line for J's to spend $300 and he don't give you money for the rent, then why are you with him?
I need for her to hear me when I say that is not okay. I need for her to hear me when I say that is the low percentage of men who aren't really shit. And I'm gonna need you to come up out of that and come on over here with somebody else who's doing it better. So when I'm talking, a lot of men in the comments they're thinking that I'm reaching for every single man. No.
I don't think people think that. I mean, really just common sense. She's not talking. All white people aren't.
But listen, when I say you can say that, that's the type of man you are, right? I think that's the difference between men and women. We can enter into a room and a man can say every woman in here is a hoe. And if we don't agree, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. A man, you would defend the next man till the wheels fall off. But instead of saying, yes, there's a man who says that and I'm a man who doesn't. So we're talking about women who are dealing with a piece of nothing type of man.
Damn, not a piece of nothing type of man. Okay, she's choosing to deal with a piece of nothing type of man. Where's the accountability, ma'am? You should be telling them why you're choosing him. If she was really into accountability for women, she would say, where you find him at? And why do you think that that's a person that you should be with if you got a problem with him from the gate? If he's not, if you expected that he's supposed to help you and he out here getting J's, why are you with him? I mean, there's nothing wrong with waiting to get sneakers. You know what I mean? Even though I thought you did that on the internet. But she want to use that as the example. That's why I'm using it. But she's not saying in any place or space in this whole conversation asking them why they choose to be with someone that you're basically saying is not a good man, just going by what she's saying, not a good person, not a good person to have a relationship with, but you're not asking them why they're choosing these people, because they are. Did they force her, whoever these women are? Did they force them to come stand in line with them? Did they force them to go on dates with them? Is that what happened? I'm thinking no. So the odds are it's free will, and they're making these crazy decisions according to her. And then they're mad at their decisions, and then you want to blame him because he's going to get J's. No, that's what you like, because he probably got pretty hair and bow legs.
Those are women that need to hear exactly what I'm saying, because our community, we don't respect ourselves. A lot of us don't. We feel like we have to settle for whatever it is. But if you check those comments coming from brothers in our community, they're wanting a woman to accept whatever. And I don't think it's.
Now y'all want a woman to accept whatever. Are y'all the ones that's standing in line? Are you sassy straights the ones that are standing in line and then you're not paying no bills because you know they want you to pay the bills and all this non-settlement, but it actually sounds like a lot of settlement and sounds like she not helping nobody. But you can't tell these people nothing.
Okay. So I'm talking to the ones who are dealing with those types of men because they still exist.
Okay, let's be adults here. We're gonna go to an adult level on this. What percentage? I have the numbers. I just want to see how real you're gonna be. What percentage out of 100 of African American women prefer the piece of shit, is turned on by the piece of shit?
And look, let me tell you this. I don't know what your
answer the question. Shout out to High Bristophilia and shout out to Slim Daddy. He said, Reverend Dr. Messi Esquire, water seeks its own level. I agree with you. But I'm coming at her honestly to now after listening to this because she's full of shit. But you know, women always fall for the bullshit because it's what they want to hear. Now, I'm going to hold y'all accountable, okay? But Tyrone did this and he ain't shit and he need to do better and he's standing in line, but I'm going to hold y'all accountable. But DeMarcus over here went to jail and then he came out, so he left you for a while and now what you supposed to do? But I'm going to hold y'all accountable. Not a bit of accountability yet.
Give me a percentage, though. Give me a percentage of your opinion.
If I got to take a wild guess, I'm going to say out of 100%, I would probably say 85 to 86.
She's on the money, people.
And that's why I am here to say the things that I'm saying. And you got to listen to this. A lot of men hate my platform because I'm calling them out on the shit that they're asking women to accept and asking.
Wait a minute. A lot of men hate your platform because you're over there calling the men out because of what they want women to accept. Well, where is the woman accountability expert? Oh, y'all, we listened to it wrong. We heard it wrong. She is an accountability expert for y'all. I think we must have misheard it. She must have said she's counseling men. It just sounded like, whoa, she meant, whoa, men. That's what she was saying. She was saying, whoa, men is who she is giving accountability to. I'm just saying. That must have been what it was. We made the mistake, y'all. My bad. I heard it wrong. Accountability expert for whoa men. Okay? That's what I think it is. If somebody could drop Stacey's channel, I would appreciate it. Y'all make sure you go and support him. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. 346 over both streams. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
They wanted to stand up and have a backbone and not accept it. Yeah.
There's the accountability. Women, stand up, get a backbone, and don't accept it. Sounds like a lot more masculine behavior to me. First, you got an angry woman. Now you want her to be masculine and stand up to him. Stand up to the man that you allegedly want to have a relationship with. Makes sense to me, child. Gone. Anything else?
It's working for him because he's getting exactly what he wants, and she desires that. I literally just posted a video that says women are creating these desirable men or staying in these relationships based off of how good the sex is.
Okay, but hold on real quick. Now we're going to pivot. Here's what I need you. You're going to absorb some of this. I'm going to absorb some of your information. You're going to leave today.
And I hope that you are too.
I just said that.
Kenny.
Okay.
Now,
let's go.
Here's the thing right here. Oh, hell, let's go.
Oh,
people.
I like you coming with some good points. Like, I want to hear what you got to say.
Let's talk about something.
Remember this. She wants to hear what he has to say.
That really crushes people's mindset once they think about it. Did you know that ninja who, when she's not looking, throws in her purse, takes a little bit of money? Did you know that man who cheats? Did you know that man who not only doesn't have a job, but there's not even any prospects in sight. Did you know that that man is a custom fit, like a glove, for some of these women who you're talking about? Based on her dating value, based on how many kids she's had out of wedlock, based on how big she is, based on how sassy her mouth is. See, no one wants to talk about the fact that some of these bullshit men that people get, he's a perfect fit for her. Not only that, he might be too good for her.
Ooh, perfect fit or might be too good for her. She ain't trying to hear this.
I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, and we're going to get to this because you have a video that I want to touch on. On a scale of 1 to 10, how uncomfortable do you think men are? Men who have their act together, men who have their life together, good men, quality men, I call them. How uncomfortable do you think most men are dating a woman who already has children?
Uh-oh.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
Uh-oh.
6.
Fellas down in the comments, we're on 4 platforms right now. On a
what's the number out of 10?
Scale of 1 to 10. How uncomfortable, how undesirable is it for men to lock in with women who have children? On Facebook, hit me on Facebook. Hit me on YouTube, TikTok. Watch this. Watch this.
So we're going to say we're undesirable because we're bearing your children, and the relationship didn't end up the way.
But hold on, I can't let you do that. These aren't relationships. These are smash babies. These are not relationships.
But you said undesirable. Let's
look down there in those comments.
Crazy, because we're not undesirable when you would not be.
Now she wants to start running off at the mouth. So you sassies, it looks like most of y'all, the average last night was about an 8. Y'all putting 10. Damn, one true put in a million, a billion. So you start talking about the single baby mom and how men are interested. Now she want to talk.
Here if a woman did not carry you in her womb and she did not risk her life, her health to push you out onto this earth, you would not be here. So undesirable, let's reframe those words. I don't mind being open.
Almost trash, ma'am.
But undesirable, because we can talk about.
Oh, she doesn't like the word undesirable. So it's the wording, y'all. Don't worry about it. She's an accountability coach for whoa, man. Okay. Y'all are Stacey is using the wrong word. What's the right word? It can't be desirability. What's the right word?
How undesirable the black man's ego.
But hold on. Let's stop for a second. I'll let you talk about the black man, but let's talk about this first. Listen, but hold on. We'll talk about the man we'll talk about the man in a second. What I am telling you is, see, this is why I wanted to reach out to you. Hold on.
Now, for some reason, she can't shut the fuck up. What is going on, ma'am? I'm gonna need you to calm down and shut the fuck up and allow the host to host. You're being a little rude right now.
Hold on. Here's why I wanted to reach out to you, because I know you're young. I could listen.
How old y'all think she is? Because I said she ain't young. If you ain't 23 and under, you are not young. How old y'all think she is? I say she's in her early 30s.
I know for a fact that you're probably in your 30s, right? Because as I was going through your content, I was seeing so many elements of harsh realities that pertain to life that you were glossing over. I said, no, that's not real. And that's not real. Listen, let me go so far as to say this to you. Do you know what a white wedding dress is for? Ooh. A white wedding dress is symbolic. Hold on. A white wedding dress is symbolic of purity.
Because undesirable is not going to be the word that we ask the men to
This
vote
is
on.
amazing.
Let's reframe. That's all I'm asking.
Ma'am, listen, I will go so far as to say this. You want to use a better word than undesirable? Listen, hold on. Most men would replace that word with trash. Let me tell you why. Hold on.
This is not going to go over well. From undesirable to trash. You trash ass. Oh, no. Whoever said that she was triggered, you're absolutely right. Now, all of a sudden, she don't want to listen. She want a soliloquy. That's not the right word. So where's the accountability at, ma'am? Oh, my bad. It's accountability for the whoa, man. Y'all better listen to her. She's your accountability coach.
Hold on. I want to help you understand something. Hold on. I want to help you understand something. There's a woman right now. I've been in LA for 12 years. There's a woman right now I've dealt with on the serious level. I've dealt with 5 women, right? I've only been in one serious relationship in my life. I'm very ambitious and very driven. So it calls for women not to have time with them. There's one who I can say I love, right? Aww. There's one who I desire. I know some of the things she goes through. I desire to be that Negro who those petty things that she complains about, I can make them seem like they don't exist. But because she has been in a relationship with a man for over a year, because there's another man who has been nutting inside of her for a year, because her body,
Oh, I forgot about this. The marinating, skinny boy. Marinating. Let me rewind that. Listen to this, y'all.
Because there's another man who has been nutting inside of her for a year, because her body, her organs have been marinating in another man's cum, I could never. Now, what do you think about a baby? When men see a woman
marinating in another man's, oh my God, that was crazy. Marinating, y'all.
And we're not even gonna get into multiple children by multiple men. When men see a woman who is a certain age and she is a single mother, if she was married, we give them a pass easily. If it came from a long-term relationship, we wish you would have married, but we still.
Oh, okay. So y'all give a pass at least if they married and if they got a long term. But multiples is a no and non-marrieds is a no. Is that how that works now?
Give her a pass. But do you know what we know when we see that? Everything actually that I desire to do to her, that child is evidence that those things have already been done to her. That woman has been taken. All of the nasty things that I would love to do to her have been done to her.
Oh.
And complaining about the undesirable woman that you helped create. Gotcha.
Okay, so let's do it like this. Since
you heard that, now you want to complain about the undesirable woman that you created. An accountability coach for whoa, man.
All of the nasty things that I would love to do to her have been done to her.
And complaining about the undesirable woman that you helped create. Gotcha.
Okay, so let's do it like this. Since you take it there, let's do it like this. All of the men on 4 platforms, we are all in unanimous agreement. We're lying, but for the sake of the argument, on all 4 platforms, we are all in agreement that black men did blah, 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 blah to black women. Now, what are you going to do about it? Are you just going to continue to be the most undesirable? Are you going to continue to say, man, did it to us? Because here's what I think about, here's what I think about niggas. I see nigga behavior all over social media on a reg. Hold on. I see nigga behavior over social media, and you know what I say? These white people talking about us and they don't even know what they did to us. Yes, you do. There's a reason we behave like we behave. But guess where I came to with that? Okay, yeah, they are 80% responsible for a lot of our behavior, but damn, how long you gonna keep this up? How long?
So you think that this is more so a place of blame? That's not the way I look at it. So
it's not stopping, sweetie. It's not stopping.
Oh, she's not looking at it as a place of blame as she continues to blame you, Sassy Straights, as per usual, because she's an accountability coach for whoa, man.
I'm looking at it the same way as you. If I ask black men to take accountability for how angry the black woman is and the black woman to take accountability for the choices that they made, if we take accountability, then we can maybe...
Y'all need to take accountability for making the angry black woman, Sassies.
It's not stopping.
I'm looking at it the same way as you. If I ask black men to take accountability for how angry the black woman is and the black woman to take accountability for the choices that they made, if we take accountability, then we can maybe shift the community and it can be better. So what I'm saying is, no, it's not a blame game. It's a realizing that this took place and how do we change it? We're not going to keep complaining about it, but we're going to call it out. This is what is happening. This is what needs to stop happening. And if you realize that as a woman, then this is something you don't need to settle for. But to say undesirable, we want to talk about how masculine women are, how undesirable.
Masculine with a T.
Men play a huge part in this.
We don't care. We don't care.
Women accept men who treat you better. So
listen, man, listen. You're being dishonest. You're being dishonest. You guys don't accept us. You don't accept us, however. You don't accept us. You say you won't go to the Cheesecake Factory. You say you won't date a man who's not a certain height. You say that you won't date a man who doesn't make a certain amount of money, yet we take you in the worst of conditions. The worst. You have other men's children. The average African-American woman weighs 187 fucking...
Well, hold on. Thanks for the poop. I missed who it was, but thanks for the poop, okay? Y'all, these jewels are crazy. Let me rewind this because this is where it really starts to get good, okay? She's not trying here, near none of this. And for those that just got here, this woman is an accountability coach and she makes women hold accountability, but we forgot to enunciate it correctly. She gives advice for, whoa, man, to take accountability for what he did, y'all did to the black woman, okay? Now, Stacey just sat up here and said that black women are undesirable, and she don't like that at all. He sat up here and said that black men don't want to deal with women who have kids as single moms. She don't like that at all. But we ain't heard her say anything to have the women take accountability because she's allegedly an accountability expert for women, but we figured out she really meant, whoa, man. So she really an accountability coach for men. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm trying to give y'all the information. This is Real Stacy Prince here on the tube. The channel was dropped earlier. If somebody could drop it again, shout out to him.
Listen, you're being dishonest. You're being dishonest. You guys don't accept us. You don't accept us, however. You don't accept us.
He's saying that black women do not accept black men as they are, not accepted in any way, shape, or form.
Say you won't go to the Cheesecake Factory. You say you won't date a man who's not a certain height. You say that you won't date a man who doesn't make a certain amount of money, yet we take you in the worst of conditions. The worst. You have other men's children. The average African-American woman weighs 187 fucking pounds.
I am offended. I am offended. I'm just big bone, child. I'm just big bone.
Listen, the average African-American woman is far from feminine, yet we still lock in with you. Hold on. We still lock in. Hold on, one at a time. We still lock in with you at an 80% rate.
Miss Accountability, shouldn't you not be talking over the host? It seems like you just want to keep talking. That's kind of rude.
And leaving them unattended to, not having profitable jobs, not having.
Stop having babies with men like that.
Women have taken men at their lowest.
No, you're not. You won't even go to the Cheesecake Factory.
As being pitiful when it comes to how we stand beside a black man. We are the
Hold on, I gotta ask you something. You said black women stand beside black men. Is that what you really
said?
You
guys, it's your words, just like you boy. Because it's your
okay, so listen, you're not listening. You're not listening. So if I want you to up here, we substantiate one at a time, sweetie. One at a time. Hold on. We can only do this one at a time. Up here, we substantiate. If you tell me that you believe Stacey Prince likes kids, give me some type of evidence. Now, here's what I mean by that. You take us at our worst. My question to you, there's a two-part question. You're complaining about these men who don't have jobs and blah, 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 right?
Fine.
One, why are you entertaining men like
I was just going to say, and yet y'all entertain the same. We just watched a woman say that she's in a marriage with a man in another country. One of the number one scamming country, Africa, shout out to the Tethers. Number one scamming country, and now she goes to a panel of non-credentialed people to ask what she should do, and then says that she thinks that he's gonna whatever she said, but basically go downhill if she stops dealing with him. These women love to deal with bums, and the reason why, in my opinion, the reason why they deal with people who don't have a backbone and who don't require anything, because they think that they're in control of them. That has always been the bottom line. I'm telling you, I already know how biatches are. They want to be in charge. They want to be in control, and then turn around when something goes wrong and never take accountability for what went wrong, but want to take all the accolades when things get right or go right. Always, always, always. This lady here ain't trying to hold nobody accountable, but you sassy straights. It's the same shit. It's the typical shit. It's misandrous shit. And she gonna come out here half dressed in that one instance. Thank you, Panther Pride, for the flowers. And then turn around and then act like she's holding women accountable. No, she's trying to hold men accountable. She's feeding into the same foolishness of those women that follow her. They're going to continue to follow her. She might as well be Ace Metaphor. She might as well be Ace Metaphor. And if these fools are going to continue to listen to her, they deserve whatever they get. You already know. I ain't got no empathy, no sympathy. You're going to do dumb shit. You get dumbass results. That's your dumbass fault. That's just simple, common damn sense. But you know these people don't want to hear that. They want to hear her to say, you all need to fight to be with your children. They shouldn't have to fight to be with their children, because you should just allow them to be with their children. There's no fight to be had. I just heard somebody, I think it was Jada Black, talk about Trevor Ariza, if I'm not mistaken, ex-wife wants more money from him, even though he made less money than he did before, because he saw how he was dealing with his new girlfriend. Now, why in the hell should that make a difference to you? You go get a job. She want like $30,000 a month. Like, that's ridiculous. And the way that these court systems allow that to happen, another reason why many men don't want to get married. So they can then turn around and get graped in the court system because you're mad because he's moved on. You have every right to move on. Clearly she hasn't. What's that about, Bueller? What's that about, Bueller? You should have moved on by now, but you're not, or you can't. Whatever reason it is. So because he has, now all of a sudden he should be punished because he's not pining away from you. This is what these heifers want, y'all. Listen to me, sassies. You already know they want you to always bow down to them, never move forward, let them do whatever they want with whoever they want, and then still be waiting there once they're done so they can entertain you for 15 minutes while they move on to the next person who ain't going to have a commitment to them, who ain't going to marry them, not in all cases, but enough of the time. And somebody like the Trevor Ariza ex-wife, she got access to more people probably that are on a higher income level. And yet she wants to sit up here and give him a hard time in the name of quote unquote child support. Please. Same game, different biatch. Shout out to Azu. I appreciate you. He said accountability coach for whoa, man. Exactly. Say we are not going to blame women. So what are we doing here? You can't make this ish up. It works. She probably got enough people that are following her, and women want to listen to the delusion. They don't want to listen to actual data statistics and don't want to listen to what the people who they are desiring have to say. Stay where you at. Stay where you at. That's all I got to say. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
And two, how come after the piece of shit men, after the trains that have been ran on you, after all of the things that how come after that you develop standards and now you won't date a man who don't have kids? You see how crazy that is? You've been having sex with men who don't have money, but then after you've been ran through the ringer, 2 or 3 children by 2 or 3 different men, now you got standards when it comes to me?
Let me answer your first part to your question. So are you saying that
Stacey, she learned a lesson. That's what's going on. She learned her lesson, and now you should understand that we heard this from tonight's conversation. The woman who is a single mom, never been married, now she wants to have no ex until she gets married, and then she wants the man to court her and give her everything, and then marry her, and then once we're married, then you can find out what that OPP tastes like, right? And people are, but she's having a hard time with it. Now she's a Christian woman. Okay, be that. But don't be mad at the people who are not going along with what you want. You can want what you want. Don't mean you're going to get it. But instead of them on the panel saying, girl, this is probably what it's going to be like. You need to stick to the church. That would be the best. Go to church events, church people, so you can find what you want. They're saying, no, it's the men that's the problem. It's the men that's the problem. Is she up there clocking her tea or whatever the hell it is that they do? Delusion. Keep feeding into delusion. Let them be that. And then they're going to end up right where they are in the same damn space and place.
A woman cannot evolve. So once a woman evolves, we have to take into account the history of relations that she's had with other people. And it should keep her in this same box of only dealing with and being available to those type of men. That's my question to you, because that's what I want to make sure I'm understanding it right before I answer the first part.
You are most definite. Listen, the problem in the Black community is our women don't know their value. Not you, but women. Dating coaches say, know your value, sis. Listen, they're lying when they say that, because a significant number of African-American women, if they kept it real about their dating value based on the things that they've done, you only qualify for that guy who doesn't have a job. You have 2 or 3 children by 2 or 3 different men. You're not feminine. You're overweight. You're all of the things that no men want. You know how we know? African-American men have been ranked the most desirable group, not blacks, not from Africa, not from Haiti. African-American men have been ranked the most desirable group of men on the planet today. So,
but having that type of mindset.
Hold on. You gotta let me finish. African-American.
That's a little rude, Miss Accountability, to interrupt the host.
Women have been ranked the exact opposite. They've been ranked the exact opposite. What you guys where you guys are failing at is you got a lot of you are on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as value, 5 and below, but you're calling yourselves 10s. 10s don't have.
Damn, not 5 and below. I thought that was a store. He used that at. Oh no, now we 5 and below. We are equal to the 5 and below store. This is a mess.
Have to wear makeup and like that. 10s don't have to adorn themselves like that. 10s get results that we all see on live. They get results. They have men paying for penthouses. Now, if you have that, I'm a 10 and did. If you have that mentality, then when little old me, who I'm do good for myself. I work at the post office, but I'm not good enough for you, because you have tricked yourself into believing that your value is higher than it is.
And you have to own the post office, Stacey. According to people like probably her allegedly, but definitely Ebony K, you have to own the post office in order for her to be able to date you. You're not good enough unless you own the post office. And yes, I know you can't own a post office, but this is how ridiculous these people sound. Shout out to Slim Daddy. I appreciate you, honey. He said, how dare she market herself as an accountability coach when she's not accountable herself, aka married and overweight. She's full of it. Hashtag grifter for show. Plus, she ain't got no accountability for women. It's only for y'all. So it's typical. It's the typical, you not gonna tell me, I'm gonna tell you. Do what I say, do what we say. Get behind black women. Y'all already know what it is. It is the same shit. It is the same mess. And it didn't take long to find this out with her. Yeah, I don't even think it was 15 minutes in and she started. I was like, oh, girl. But there's women who trust her and believe her, I tell you. Coming up there in that outfit. Girl. Shout out to Romello. I appreciate you, boo. He said, I'm a 70s baby. Shout out to Generation X. And I have seen my aunties in the baby mama drama. And I could never. This isn't new that they will chase men. They can control.
I can't believe this.
This isn't new that they will chase men they can control and not ones that lead. That is the epitome of what the problem is right there. Everything else, of course, but that's it right there. They want control because she admitted that women are head of the matriarchy of the community and run everything, right? But they don't want to accept the failure of the community. That's y'all's fault. Even though they're running shit, that's y'all's fault. Even though every time, I'm going to go ahead and say every time, for the most part, that we see these videos where these kids get into these situations and then the mamas come down, the aunties come down, the grannies come down, never no men, never no man. It's always the women. They always talking, they always there, and they always saying, not my baby. So you create these punk ass young men, and then you allow them to be out here in the streets doing whatever they want because you need them to help. They would rather depend on their sons in order to help them take care of the home, in order to pay for things in the home that they shouldn't be, meaning electric bills, water bills, rents. They shouldn't be responsible for shit like that. Their own cell phone, yes. Their own food, if they want to go out to eat, yes. They want to go date a girl, you pay for it. That I completely am in agreement with. You have these young men become men before they should be. And then all of a sudden they out here after being raised by a woman telling them what to do. And somebody just made this point too. I think it was Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, that they've been taken care of by a woman their whole life. Their mama told them and they took care of them. And then they get out into the world and get with a woman that says, you got to be a man. Well, nobody taught them how to be a man because they was raised by a damn woman who was taking care of them the whole time. This shit is a problem, but these people ain't trying to hear it. These people are not trying to hear it. Then you toss in spin that, where these women just want to be hoes. Child, I can't do it. But it's y'all's fault, you sassy straights. Okay? You know I'm going to always tell y'all, I'm always here to let you know you ain't shit. You ain't never going to be shit. So you can go ahead and take that shit on somewhere. But they still going to be checking for y'all. Because the funny thing is, with what he just said about black men being the most desirable, and I don't disagree with him, right? But they're not, these women are not going to take that. But they're the ones that are desiring you as well and don't even realize it. Don't even realize they can talk this mess about all the other races and shit, and all the rest of them can try and they can work on it. And I'm not saying that it don't ever happen, but the numbers and the stats are the numbers and the stats. And the least married are black women. But they don't want to acknowledge shit that's negative. They would just rather say that it's a mirage, it's not right, and say it's a lie, and then still end up in the same damn place. Shout out to Eagle Eyes. I appreciate you, hon. In both streams, please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. We are listening to the real Stacey Prince, which is the male, talk to the accountability coach, which is the female, who is allegedly holding women accountable, even though we think she meant to say accountability coach for men.
Can't get a car off the showroom floor. Listen, you can't get a car. Hold on. You can't get a car off the showroom floor, drive it along and bump into something, and it still be worth what it was worth when it was on the showroom floor.
Pertaining to what you just said, I don't want to scale past the things that you're saying that I think is important to touch on. So I'm not trying to interrupt. I'm just trying to stay on the same page. So let me.
No, she's definitely trying to interrupt. What are you saying here? So you fault mothers for making sons responsible for bills too soon. Yes. Yet fault mothers for not preparing sons to be responsible. That's not what I said. So if you're going to be a jackass, then you can go on somewhere. A woman cannot make a man become a man. Okay. I said that they can pay for their own food, they can pay for their own cell phone bills. Do you not fucking listen? Don't come here being an asshole, because I don't have time for dumb shit.
This is amazing.
You can scroll the fuck up. Either listen for comprehension's sake or go the fuck on.
You this.
Get those likes up, people. YouTube, get those likes up. Hit that thumbs up button, people.
Every other race can date up. So you have these arranged marriages where the man is coming into this family to be a provider for this family, to extend the amount of assets that they have in every other community. But Black women cannot learn from their mistakes. They cannot evolve over time. They cannot wake up one day and say, you know what, actually, I did not value myself a couple of years ago. Now I do have these 2 kids.
Paying bills does not make you a man, but she is
This is amazing.
She is inserting her son as a man by making him pay bills. What the fuck does a 15-year-old need to be paying electric bills
amazing.
for? What does a 15, 16-year-old need to be paying rent for? That is not their job. That is not their responsibility. And if you think that that's what it's supposed to be, then you are a problem. Minors should not be having to pay household bills. If you suck as a mother and you can't afford it, then that's the things that people need to be talking about. But bitches still want to become single mothers, messing around with Pook Nug and the rest of them that ain't got shit, ain't never had shit, and ain't never gonna have shit. And yet they still gonna fuck around with him because he got pretty hair and bow legs, shit that don't make a difference at the end of the daggone day, but continue to fall for the same dumb shit. If you think it makes sense for a minor to pay household bills, then you go ahead and make your kids pay that. They can pay for their own responsibilities once they work. Not go out on the street corner, not do illegal shit, not boost, but to actually go get a fucking job and get a paycheck at the end of 2 weeks, at the end of every week, and then budget their damn money and teach them that. Don't do that either. Don't do nothing that's good for a damn child to move forward in life, and then everybody's looking around like, how does this happen? Because ain't nobody caring for their damn kids because they think about themselves because they're fucking selfish.
I want to have a better value man. I deserve that. And if I want that, then I need to start living like that, acting like that, and only accepting that. But we keep creating the same type of woman because you are saying, hey, once you have those kids and you make those mistakes, stay right in that box because you don't deserve anything else. You don't deserve to date outside of this. You don't deserve to be.
It's over.
Every other ethnicity group is allowed for a woman to come in with nothing and demand to have everything. No, and yeah, we can say that they may not have as many kids because they have these arranged marriages from the time that they're maybe 18 or 19 before.
Who is it that you keep saying has arranged marriages? Who's having that in America?
It's multiple. It's multiple communities.
So why do you have some white people getting put out of their family's will because I told you not to marry out of your race?
And we are the only community that you will not overlook a woman saying, hey, I'm valuing myself more than I did when I was younger because I didn't know any better.
So in other words, when I was out here fucking for free with no commitment or anything, and I had all these kids, now I know better. So y'all should concede and accept that and go ahead and take us on with our bastard children and however many baby daddies there are, because we now know better. So this is the accountability coach for women, not giving any accountability to women, but telling men what they need to do for women because she said so. Thank you, random man. I appreciate you for the red card. No, don't say anything about what women should do. Nope, you can't say that because then you're going against the grain. You know, I can't say, I'll say it. But allegedly I can't say it because then that means I'm going against the sisterhood, which is fake and not real. It's the same old, we gonna tell men what to do. And if you don't agree, then that means you're a toxic masculine, misogynist, and you hate women, basically. That's what they try to do for shame. Just like when somebody doesn't do what they want them to do, meaning of a person that's not black, then that means that they're racist. It's always all this throwing this guilt out to try to make people to conform. That shit ain't working. Nobody gives a shit. You can sit up here and blame and shame all you want to. You're a fucking adult. You're making decisions that don't work out for you. You go back to the drawing board. You figure the fuck out. You move forward. These people want to sit up here and keep blaming people. Keep blaming them. Stay in the same place. That's why I say if you're in the same place you was last year, you the problem. You don't want to change. You don't want to work. You don't want to do anything differently. Then keep getting the same damn results. You can be insane by your damn self.
You keep them in the same box. So it's like they can't grow. They can't evolve. So now our daughters are still the same product of our environment.
You can grow. Listen, hold on. You can be broke and you can fix that. Listen, you can be broke and you can fix your finances.
you men that will take a woman who has 2 children and still provide for her if that's what he desires to do. So women who are watching this, do not let that offend you. Listen, if you are just as desirable as the next woman, if you know your worth now, you understand your standards now, that's all that matters. And if he doesn't want it, then that's fine.
Okay, listen, hold on. You're long-winded. Now you're long-winded. You gotta hold on.
You're long-winded.
Hold on. You're long. Hold on. You're doing run-on sentences. Hold on.
Who already has kids, you have people.
Oh wow! So is this how women who are being held accountable should act? Just keep talking because y'all already know what it is, right? She is shown and proved this whole damn conversation basically that she is.
Tell you. I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said? Because I'm going to tell you. You're not going to tell me. I'm going to tell you.
Johnny said, in my family, a woman that has a baby out of wedlock is cast out. That's how it used to be. We talked about that, or somebody talked about recently. That's what it used to be. Long time ago. I guess in the 70s, maybe even the 60s. I'm not really sure because I was a kid in the 70s, but I feel like they used to have to go to different schools. They couldn't stay in the school, or they had to go to special classes. Actually, when I was in high school, there was a place that when you got pregnant, you had to go to a different school. There was absolutely, now that I think about it, a separate school that they had to go to, and it would teach these young girls how to parent, how to breastfeed. They would give them stuff, of course, for when the baby came. They would still be able to go to school. They used to do all that. They don't have those anymore, of course, just like they don't have a sane asylum. Some things need to come back, child. Definitely.
Who have different...
Miss No, you have to hold on.
Look at
Miss
her.
No, you have to hold on. This can't be a one-on-time monologue.
Look at her.
So you would want...
You're not going to tell me. I'm going to tell you on your show, mind you. You think she gonna shut up?
Listen, Miss No, I need you to hold on. You're doing a one-man show. You're doing a one-man. You got to be concise about your points because we can't have a run-on sentences, right? Here's what I'm saying.
You just gave me run-on things that I had to jump in, and that's what I'm saying. You asked me a 2-part
question. Well, listen, I need you to make it concise so that the people can follow because it's for the people, not really for me and you. But what I'm saying to you is this. Here's what I think that you don't. I know you're young. I know you're very. Listen, name me something. Now, Kevin Samuels used to say this, and he said it for a reason. Name me something that with time and usage does not depreciate. There's nothing. We both know there's nothing. So why is it that you guys are hell-bent on acting like you don't depreciate? Listen, I want to name the strikes that you have against you. Black women have a stigma attached to them that they're not feminine, that you have a movie called Angry Black Woman. Some of the things that you say, I heard you say a little bit ago, you said, we are the only community where Black women you are allowed to do better for your mistakes. And there's a very, very small percentage of those women who they go on, I say probably 2%. They go on and find someone who's willing to accept them past their mistakes. But what I'm trying to help you to understand, this is a good show today. This is a good conversation with me and you, because I'm coming to understand, and I have it in a couple of notes. You don't know much about men. You don't even know how we feel about women with children. We've been saying it for the longest. We've been on podcast after podcast. We don't want women with children. It used to be looked at as a scarlet letter. When women would listen, in our grandmother's times, I'm old enough to remember, in our grandmother's time, even in church, when a woman who wasn't married would come up with a baby, they would shame her. She would get shamed through. She would be the talk of the town. This is not a good thing. A lot of times you don't know who the fathers of the children are, right? You weren't.
Ooh, Stacy. Shout out to Maury. They brought that up last night. Maury Povich.
This is amazing.
How many times did you see people on the Maury Povich show? Maury, right? Maury Povich show. A lot of the time, it was Black girls pulling up all these different men and then coming back with another man or boy, a male, coming back with another one just to hear you are not the father and then to run around. So we going to act like that's not a thing. Child, made Maury and Connie Chung more money than probably what Connie Chung was making as a newscaster. And then that phrase was so funny. You are not the father. And then running around was so damn cute. Not realizing that you looking half damn crazy and a whore. Lest we not forget that. But now all of a
This is
sudden,
amazing.
but now all of a sudden, y'all supposed to be, not y'all, but we're black women supposed to be so chaste and so innocent, and everyone is doing them wrong. We forget all those things. We forget all those days back in the day. And even he just now said back in the day, they used to shame people when they became single moms. That is a fact. Somebody else just said that they had a school in their city, I think it was Baltimore, where you went to. They didn't want kids in our school to see and think that this was okay. So that's why they had to go to another school. But everybody's so damn sensitive. And now this is where we are. And this is all in. This is all in. It wasn't no difference between black or white. Everybody had to go. Or you could just, I don't know, go to a farm. I think they used to say, oh, they went to a farm, and sometimes they would come back with a baby, sometimes they wouldn't. Thank you, Anthony, for the flow state, Jules. I appreciate you. Shout out to Ashy Foot in the building. We was talking about Africa early. I don't know if you heard. Earlier we were. Ashy said, even I don't want citizenship bad enough to deal with a woman like this, and you all know how badly I want citizenship. Happy birthday, America, from Lagos. Yes, happy 4th of July to all of y'all. Y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Shout out to everyone that is here. I see you. I appreciate you. Get into this chat. It's the best chat on YouTube. They are half damn crazy all the damn time.
Even in a relationship, these are smash babies. So here's where I agree.
Smash babies.
Me, I told you I've been to prison. I changed. I started doing better, right? So you said they don't even get a chance to do better. What I'm telling you is they're not doing better. They've got plenty of chances, but do you see all over social media where black women are doing better? They're behaving more feminine now. They're the only demographic of women running around talking about independent, don't need a man. No other community of people believes that, because in other communities, you think they don't have issues where the man is down on his luck and the woman has to build him up. You think in other communities, the white community, the Asian community, the Latino community, you think that they don't have situations where he needed $7,000 from her income tax for this invention, and that has happened 3 times and it didn't work. Our women, they don't even know you're supposed to do that. They'll get on social media talking about, gave this nigga X amount of money and this idea didn't work. Usually it won't work the first, second, or third time, but that's why they succeed and excel over us, because their women aren't pit against their men. What you guys have done is you've done so many bad things to where your value is very, very low. So most quality men aren't going to come into a relationship like that. And if you disagree, I'm going to ask you a question. You have kids?
I do.
You have a boy, don't you?
I don't.
Okay, you do now. That boy comes to you at 19 years old. You have been going nuts about this college tuition. I'm talking about you've been working 2 jobs.
Uh-oh, listen to this.
Finger to the bone, like you guys say about black women, work them fingers to the bone. He comes home, MIT wants him. Google wants him. Microsoft wants this boy is excelling. He comes home to you one day and says, I wasn't going to tell you this, Mom, but there's a girl. She has 2 or 3 kids by 2 or 3 different men, and I'm thinking about getting serious with her. Would you? I didn't say, would you allow it? Would you encourage him and tell him, I think that's a good idea, son?
My honest answer, I would let my son do whatever he wants to do.
I'm asking your opinion, ma'am. Would you tell him you believe that's a good idea?
If he thinks that's what he wants to do, it's a good idea.
Now, who believes that, Bueller? Now, who believes that, Bueller? So your son about to go to college, MIT or whatever the college is, and then he come home talking about, I found a nice single baby mom. They got 3 to 4 kids with 2 to 3 different men, and she gonna just be like, you do what you want. Child, these people are, this is an accountability coach for women, allegedly.
If your son came to you and told you, Mom, they're doing it at school. I don't know if it's cold or what, but they're sniffing, and I'm really thinking about sniffing some. Would you tell him you think that's a good idea?
We're talking about 2 different things.
I'm just asking you a question, ma'am. I'm hoping that you'll answer. It's simple questions, really.
Things, no.
So you wouldn't tell him you think that's a good idea? Your life, listen, who you end up with is the most important decision that you could ever make. So you'll tell him not to try this recreational thing, but you won't tell him who the hell is going to be having him on child support, have his driver's license suspended, who's going to be cheating on him. You won't give him advice about that?
When it comes, and this is coming from the therapeutic side of me, I don't go up against anybody in who they LOVE.
Your son?
Oh, I don't go up against anybody in who they LOVE. Well, child, that don't sound very much like accountability to me, because it shouldn't matter. If it's wrong regardless of LOVE. But you know, they use LOVE as an excuse. We've heard it on tonight's conversation. But I love him. I was in love with him. If he doing you wrong, love don't matter at the end of the day, because we've seen Z's toss their parents, and I'm assuming they loved them at one point, right? So it's just an excuse as per usual. It's just an excuse. No accountability yet again. And this is your accountability coach for women. Shout out to her for leading women down the same path as Ace Metaphor. Shout out to child, I can't see. Michael Gat. Thank you, boo. He said, Messi, it's funny to me that some black people act like getting into the Ivy League is easier than not having a child out of wedlock. It really isn't hard to avoid having children. I don't get it. Well, way back years ago, I already went over all the forms of birth control. There's like 3 or 4 videos. I don't know if I still have them up because I've been cleaning the channel, but nobody cares about birth control. That's just crazy talk, child. You know, you can have birth control that you put into your body. You ain't got to worry about it. People don't want to take the pill. Now it's racist and it don't work well against black women. You don't want nobody to wear a condom. Child, all kinds of excuses because everybody want to be a whore. Well, then you bring these babies in that you really don't want at the end of the day. You weren't thinking about, you weren't trying to prevent from having. Now the village, the quote unquote village is supposed to come together to help you take care of them. Now they mad again that Generation X parents, their Generation X parents won't watch their kids. Child, I didn't have them kids. I did not fuck for those kids. You better get out my face with that mess.
You're not going to give your son guidance? And I'm going to be honest with you, ma'am. This is where we are. There's 200 people in here. We all know that you're being this.
She might not give her son guidance, okay? Because this be the problem. Because they only care about y'all, gentlemen, sassies, the black ones. You're only cared about once you are deceased and once you are a criminal. And there was one more that Kofa told me. When you're silent. When you're silent. Those are the only times when you ain't saying shit. That's the only times. Other than that, nobody gives a damn about y'all. Y'all just supposed to go and do and do and do and work and work and work. Your fingers to the bone. You're supposed to give everything up, give your life up, give everything to either your woman, your girlfriend, your wife, your child, whatever or whoever it is. You get nothing. You get the satisfaction. I can't get no satisfaction. I don't know who's singing, but you get the satisfaction of saying that somebody will eventually say that you did all this. Now, mind you, they'll still say that you was probably a jackass and you still wasn't shit, but you did it, then you die. And what have you earned at the end of the day? What have you gotten? Have you gotten any thank yous? Have you gotten any regular meals that y'all want, or cleaning up, or, you know, whatever the hell it is that you might be looking for? Have you gotten any of that? Was it a hard time? It might be the Rolling Stones. I think it might have been. Thank you, boo. What do you get back for what it is that you give? What do you get back for what it is that you want? It's like what you ask for is not respected, and it doesn't freaking matter. These are people who are whores, not all, but enough in 2026, that want to bring out traditional values, but don't want to give no traditional values. Ain't that interesting? Ain't that interesting? They want to, these are the I am woman, hear me roar. These are the people that said, I don't need no man. I can do it all by myself. They choosing the bear. Then all of a suddenly it's, you're supposed to take care of the woman. That's a traditional value. You're supposed to pay all the bills. That is a traditional value. You know how I know? Because I didn't see it happen within my family. So my grandmother did not have to work. She chose to work, but she's the one that sat there and made meals for everybody. She's the one that cleaned the house every day. She's the one that got up no matter what and did everything that needed to be done. These people won't even get a cookbook and learn how to do anything. They're going to DoorDash, just like whoever gave that stat earlier talking about they just had their best quarter ever because people don't want to freaking cook. They just want to get stuff quickly and easily and then turn around talking about they ain't got no time. You got all these of conveniences to shorten your need to do some of these things, and now you still don't have no time. That's because they don't want to do it. They don't want to have no time. They just want to make excuses, do what they want when they want, and then when something goes wrong, blame y'all. You're supposed to resolve it and solve it. Then you can go back to work and continue to give while they do, and you're supposed to like it, love it, and live it. That's the gist of it. But she's the accountability coach for women? Please.
Disingenuous and dishonest right now. We know that for a fact.
You're asking me, would I tell my son?
No, ma'am. I said, would you encourage him to proceed on with that? Would you say, I think that's a good idea?
Listen, if that's what he wants to do, we're going to talk about it. I'm going to support that, however that looks. But no, I mean, that's just my point. I'm
going to ask you again. Would you encourage your son?
A certain amount of ways. I'm telling you. If let's use my daughter for example. If she come home and says,
"Ma'am, I'm just trying to get you to answer my question, not the daughter. I'm trying to let's have an adult conversation."
Yeah, I would.
Okay, so somebody down there says she's a bad parent. You're telling us, do you know how much it costs to raise one child from the age of in conception to the age of 18? It's a little over $300,000.
Many parents go up against their kids for who they LOVE instead of having certain conversations with them.
Man, we didn't say anything about love. We didn't say anything about love.
Conversations with them, and you're having conversations with them. Half of the people on this screen probably rebelled against their parents for something they wanted to do.
It doesn't matter. At least the parent knows that they gave at least the parent knows they did all they could and gave the best advice that they could.
I'm not suggesting a thing, but we're going to have conversations.
But listen, I'm really trying to get you to cooperate with me. Like, listen, you're a grown woman. You're a grown woman. I am asking you a very elementary question. I'm asking you, would you tell? Okay, forget your kid. Me.
I just said yeah. I'm going to give you that yes. So what do you like to say next behind that? Yes.
You would encourage your.
I'm saying yes to what you're saying.
You're saying yes, you would encourage him to date a woman who had 3 children?
I would encourage him not to. So let's talk about from that framework.
Okay. So that hold on. 70% of the time, if a man is I want you to listen to this and hold on, don't say it. I want you to listen.
Thank you, Katania.
You just said
gold
overwhelming
trophy.
Women, that's not new. I've done this show is 4 years old. I have over 1,000 shows and interviews I've done. Women who hate me, they come up here with that mindset. And once I ask them that question, sometimes they'll say, yeah, right. But we know that they're lying because no good parent would do that. Eventually, guess what they say? What you just said. You know what that lets us know? Even you know that it is not ideal. What you just told me was that black men, probably it wouldn't be in their best interest to date 70% of the women in the black community. So that's what we're dealing with, sweetie. I want you to see this. I want to see your side, and I also desire you see our side. That is a tough damn pill to swallow. A lot of guys, dads are telling, don't you mess with no women with no kids. But yet we have to deal with that at a 70-something% rate. This is what I'm telling you. You guys have dug a hole that it's hard for you to get out of. It's very tough because men don't want that. Listen, let's be adults here. Let's go. Turbulence, people.
Now, of course, you know that single mothers can, find men and even get married. But the problem is that they don't want to date at their level. Everything is about your level. It's always got to be what they see other people have, which is where this idolatry comes in with the famous people, with the the Kardashians, the this to that, all them people watching Ari Lennox and whoever these people are and what they have and bragging about they got this and they got that and they looking at that and they think that that's what they should be. And it's like, these people are not even real. Like, why are you trying to be like be like yourself? Play on your own level. Won't do it. Always trying to ascertain something that probably is out of reach instead of just saying, oh, this man over here got a kid or two. Let me go ahead and talk to them. Why is that weird? Why is that strange? Why does that not make sense? I don't get it, but it's not for me to get. But you can't tell them nothing. They know. Everybody's a 10 around here, but people ain't getting 10 results, like he said earlier. Shout out to Mike Love. Thank you so much, Boo. He said, new concept. Men take the kids at birth, then see which women will follow. They ain't going to follow. They're going to be going off on their own, doing whatever they want, their whoredom activities. And then when y'all apply for child support from them, then they're going to say, that's not right. That ain't right. Because how many times do you see when you're talking about Mary J. Blige, it ain't right. It's not fair that she got to pay child support. When you're talking about Halle Bailey, Haley, Monsters Ball lady, child, you know what I'm talking about. She got to pay child support to 2 kids that are not with her, mind you. Then it ain't right. It's not fair. But let any of these basketball players have to pay all this money to these women. Yeah, sis, go, sis. Yeah, sis, go, sis. Say I'm lying. That's acceptable. It's this double standard, this convenient double standard. Shout out to Romelo. I appreciate you. He said, messy question. Is fire hot, child? I'm just making sure this is reality and not fantasy. Though, you know this is reality. You know these people got to feel fire to know that fire is hot. And the other part to this now is that these heifers ain't even teaching their own girls now. So now they're getting pregnant. I just saw a video that keeps coming up with a 14 and a 15-year-old who have a baby and they're recording them talking about, oh, they're such good parents. And I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, everything does not need to be content. Everybody, let me not say everybody, enough people are suffering from main character syndrome. They think they are in their own reality TV show and think that that's a good thing. You're putting a 14 and a 15-year-old up. It's bad enough that we already had that show on MTV, 16 and Pregnant, which was a horrible decision to make. I mean, I watched it with my daughter, but I said, this is a horrible show. Why would you put this on here? So now they think if they get pregnant, they can get on this show and then they can get famous. And I really do think enough people did that. But y'all, what the hell do I know? Anyway, come on.
You guys know, if you're familiar with the show, when you hear that, I'm about to rock the boat a little bit. When we are on top of you and we're saying, whose is it? Whose is it? Do you know we mean that shit? We mean that. Men are territorial. We really mean that. So
I can see that.
I'm telling you, we really mean that. When we say whose is it, we mean that from a perspective of we want even you to start acting like it's ours.
I think women understand that.
Okay, now here's my point in bringing that up. I need you to try to put yourself in men's shoes and understand that if what I just said is true, then how do you think we feel about somebody who has been, it's been his, and it's been his, and it's been his, and we got the proof to it. He's sitting up, the proof to it is sitting over there on that couch eating some dry Captain Crunch cereal.
Oh,
and the other proof is
Captain Crunch taking strays. So basically, you didn't say it's yours to him, and him. Oh no, Stacey is on one. Okay, don't forget marinating, y'all. If you were here, you were here.
Outside riding his or her bike, we have proof that you have been other men's property, and you're going to take this with you. Here's the big thing that everybody's overlooking. Did you know that throughout a lifetime, women were supposed to only belong to one man unless he passed? Did you know that? Biblically. You're not supposed to be being passed around like this. Damn what the men are doing. If Stacey Prince likes other boys, don't worry about the boys. You keep your integrity intact. The assignment that the Lord our God Jehovah gave you, you abide by that. Don't worry about if I don't call herpes. Don't worry about what I am doing. You keep your value up, because when your value is high, you'll be able to bypass a nothing ass ninja like me, and you'll be able to go get a higher caliber man. But because you guys are doing the opposite, once you bypass me, you can't afford to get somebody higher than me.
That's ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, the ego of a man when it comes to dating is ridiculous. Now,
the ego of a man when it comes to dating is ridiculous. Has anybody heard her give any accountability to women yet, since it's been an hour exactly on this show? Not this show, his show. Bueller. Anybody heard her give any accountability to a woman yet?
Will I say I understand the standards? Cool. But I think they're double standards. So we want to talk about when y'all are in it and you're saying this is mine and it's the ownership and all of these things. Do y'all not understand that most women will most likely stay in a relationship with a man even if he's not treating her right, just to not have a broken family? So who's the real cause?
What the hell are you talking about?
Like, let's be
what
real.
race are you talking about, sweetheart?
Hold on. Let's back it up here, because I just gave you a whole 5 minutes to give me a spiel.
What?
And I took it in. So I would like to talk.
Okay, well, first tell me, are you talking about black women when you say that?
No. We're not putting a race on it, period. I'm talking
about I only care about black people. I only care about black people.
You want to talk about black. You want to.
It's my only concern. It's my only concern.
Okay.
I say the same thing, and you know they don't like that. Why do I care about anybody else? Shout out to everybody that is here. But at the end of the day, if y'all want to turn around and talk about village and community, when I'm sitting up here talking about village and community, you don't like it. But when y'all want something from somebody, then y'all want to talk about village and community. Interesting how that works.
That's fine. We can scale it back to.
Give me 1 second, sweetie. Let me read these off. Give me 1 second. I'm coming right back to you. Listen, shout out to all of my show supporters down there supporting like Chris.
So my thing is, when we're talking about accountability, I cannot say that I don't agree with half of what majority of what you're saying. I'm just the type of woman who's going to call it out so that a woman can see that. If we want to go back to single moms, let's both take accountability on both sides. The men are leaving the women, and the women are choosing the wrong men to have kids with. Period.
You're not being honest. These aren't relationships. There's no relationship to leave. Only 27% of African American women get married.
Tell me. So it doesn't matter.
Damn, that's a low ass number, child.
If a woman takes accountability for who she made a mistake to have a child with, women wake up and take accountability every day. You know how we do that? We still get up and raise your kids that you left behind.
Oh, women take accountability every day. We get up and raise your kids that you left behind. Sassy straight, you ain't shit. You leaving your kids, and they are taking accountability. Well, kind of at that point, you ain't got no damn choice. So that's your job. That's what you do. Because even though I was not alone, had a whole ass husband, I still had to get up and take care of my kids too. This is the funny part about when they say stuff like this. Like, we did the same thing. We did the same thing. We got up and took care of the kids too. So you're not special. That's your job. You have a kid. You got to take care of the kid. That's just how it works. You just choose to do it on your own for some crazy ass reason. Having a kid for Pook Nug knowing he wasn't shit to begin with. And now he went on to whoever the next person was. Now all of a sudden, all of y'all got to take on all the trauma that nigga did.
We still get up and raise your kids in the
But why do you keep phrasing it like that? I want to know why you keep phrasing it like men are leaving.
Undesirable woman when it comes to having kids.
But listen, I'm asking you, why do you keep phrasing it like men are leaving and they're having to take care of our children? Give me. Listen, hold on. Let me say this.
Okay.
I want you to give me. Hold on. I want you to hold on 1 second. Hold on. I want you to give me the justification for that statement, because when you say things, I'm believing you have prior knowledge to substantiate what you're saying.
I'm going based off of what you said at the beginning of the video.
What?
You said that I said that men are not raising their sons to be what the community needs. You said that it's the mother's blame because the mothers are raising the kids. So
Yes.
I took that into perspective of women are single-handedly raising kids alone. You also just said women are undesirable, or our value depreciates when it comes to having kids out of wedlock and not being with that person. So that's my basis of saying that.
Well, it's not true though, sweetie. Here's what I mean. Listen, so first, let's get this established first. Do you believe people's dating value decreases as they get older?
I do believe that.
Do you believe the more weight that a woman puts on, the less desirable she becomes in the eyes of most men, and it makes it more difficult for her to get selected?
You see with your eyes.
Yes, okay. Do you agree that the more bodies a woman has, the more it brings her value down?
Everything you're asking me, I agree, and
answer the question.
That's why my platform.
Okay, so that means value can decrease.
She didn't really agree to the question. She didn't say yes.
That's right. So there is a such thing as being undesirable.
Thanks for the tip.
So what I don't think you understand is
So she doesn't want to hear the term undesirable. That's not a thing. You can't. There's certain words that trigger her. You can't say undesirable. She don't like that. She don't like that. Azu, I appreciate you. Will the bear be held accountable? You being messy. We love that here. Shout out to you, boo.
Agree on a lot of things. The difference is I'm speaking to it from a woman's perspective to say, hey, you can. I literally just posted a video the other day that says having a baby by a man isn't going to make that man want to be with you. And then when you end up as a single mom in this situation by yourself, you want to yell all men aren't shit. That's not the right terminology to use. We're going to say that all men are not the same. So my thing is we agree on the same things. The difference is I'm telling a woman what to look out for when it comes to if you don't want to deal with these type of men anymore. If you wake up and you say, I need to readjust my standards so that I can have a more high value man. No, you may not have 100 men.
I need to readjust my standards so I can have more of a high value man. From a single mom, Jabber Brown, thank you for the gold coin. I appreciate you, boo. How about why has it got to be a high value man? Why can't it just be a man? Change my mindset, do things differently, provide a different experience so that I can get a decent man. Why I got to always be a high value man? Why I got to be always a high value man? Oh, because you want to get what you see the other people get that you see on the internet. Always comparing yourselves to somebody else. Well, if she got it, I can have it too. Especially if it's one of those people like Amber Rose, who's got I guess she got the same two kids by Wiz Khalifa, but just say that there's one of them Z-listers who got one baby by this one, like Bow Wow's baby mom. She got a baby by this one, a baby by that one, and then well, if she could do it, I could do it too. Yeah, playing fantasy with somebody else's life. Shout out to KP Monroe. I appreciate you, boo. He said, thank God I learned accountability before it was too late. I would have missed out on this great man of mine. Oh, I'm sorry, boo. Woman, female. Shout out to KP. She said, thank God I learned accountability before it was too late. I would have missed out on this great man of mine. Ladies, she is leading you down a pitch black road. They will not listen. They will not listen for the most part, boo. But thank you so much for your support, and I agree with you. And shout out to you and your husband. But yeah, or your significant other, whatever it is. Thank you, boo. They're not going to listen. They're going to listen to her. They're going to listen to her because she's saying what women want to hear. And it's wild and crazy to be in the same spot, getting the same results. Now, all of a sudden, y'all sassy straights are supposed to change and listen. It's all y'all's fault. And now you got to change even more and do what they say and listen.
Lined up because you have 2 kids with 2 different guys, but you may have 5 men lined up. And
I agree with that.
I will wait for those 5 men. I don't want to deal with the other ones because if not, it puts you right back in the same box.
I agree with that.
But you're absolutely right. Now we're dealing with the same type of men. You're dating a man who doesn't have a job, a man who doesn't treat you right, just because you fell into these social norms of saying, if you don't have a man, if you're not in a relationship, if you're not married, you don't have anything. No, my girl, I am telling you, sis, wait on the 5 men. If it's only 5, wait.
But they're not waiting.
Wait. This is her accountability now. Hey, sis, wait for the 5 men. The 5 horsemen, girl, what 5 men is she talking about? Let me rewind it a little bit. She over here soliloquy and ain't making no sense.
Put you right back in the same box.
I agree with that.
But you're absolutely right. Now we're dealing with the same type of men. You're dating a man who doesn't have a job, a man who doesn't treat you right.
Who's dating a man that doesn't have a job, who doesn't treat you right? That don't even sound like it makes sense. You're dating a man that don't have a job, and I don't think that you should be dating men that don't have jobs. If you have a job, if you don't have a job and he don't have a job, you're dating on your level. If you have a job and you have opportunity and you have something to lose, don't date a loser that ain't got nothing to lose. But unfortunately, we have seen during Crime is Down that there are enough women who will go ahead and deal with somebody that ain't got shit, because it always comes back to they just want to be in charge. They want to tell you what to do and you be under their feet. And those are the people that they can allegedly do that for. And they don't realize you taking care of him so much and he don't have to do shit because you think that that's the way that the relationship's supposed to go. Soon as you're ready to move on, then he come back and take your ass on up out of here, which is not right at all. But that's what you're creating. When you want to be in charge of a man, let that man be in charge. Shit, what the fuck? Why would you be dealing with a man that ain't got a job? Oh my God, common fucking sense has left the damn building.
Just because you fell into these social norms of saying, if you don't have a man, if you're not in a relationship, if you're not married, you don't have anything. No, my girl, I am telling.
I don't think anybody says that. No one says that you don't have anything. If anybody says that, that's not true. Me personally, I don't think that's true. But don't sit up here and complain about the relationship that you don't have, and then you're out here doing the dumbest of things. That's a you problem, and that's your fault.
You, sis, wait on the 5 men. If it's only 5, wait.
But they're not waiting.
Well, what if all the 5 don't come at the same time? And what if it's only 1? Who says that there's 5? Is there a guarantee somewhere that I missed a meeting that's supposed to be 5 men that come to you that you get to choose from? Anybody know? Is there 5 men? What the hell is she talking about? Shout out to HMG. Thank you, Boo. He says, readjusting your standards doesn't mean a well-to-do man wants you. Why is this confusing? Want women to raise their standards, but men lower ours. Yes, you're supposed to lower your standards and you're supposed to accept whatever they have to offer. That is the bottom line. Y'all already know. That's the bottom line. You're supposed to forgive me for everything that I do, but I don't have to forgive you. You got to change for me, and I don't have to change for you. I do what I want, and you just do what I say. I do what I want, and you be where I want you to be. I do what I want, and you pay all the bills, and you accept these kids. Then when you all say, she got to be fit, feminine, and friendly, because they are triggered by those 3, probably because it came from Kevin Samuels, that's a problem. If you don't want one of them heifers that we seen in the elevator yesterday, then that's a problem. If you don't want a woman that already has kids, then that's a problem. Everything that y'all want is a problem. Don't y'all get it? You sassy straight. You ain't shit. Okay? You ain't shit. You ain't ever going to be shit. You ain't ever going to have shit. Even if you have shit, it's never enough. Then people wondering why y'all want to just MGTOW or SYSBM. I can't imagine why. I just don't get it.
You know what they're doing?
They're not. That's what we. When I say that's what we agree.
That's what they're doing. They're fucking.
I agree hands down with you, and that's why I get up every day and say what I'm saying. Listen. When I say I cannot not agree with you, I cannot stand for a woman to not wake up every day and choose better, and wake up and not choose better, and end the day every day saying it ain't no good men. It's 5 good men that are out there waiting to treat you exactly the way you want to be treated, but because you don't want to wait. Because you don't want to uphold your standards, because men are threatening you, saying we're going to go and get it from the other woman. What you don't want to give to me, that's fine. Wait for the 5 to come along. That's why my platform exists. Like, a lot of men sometimes don't understand what I'm saying is because I'm calling them out on the BS that for some men, let's agree here. For some men, they enjoy those type of women that enjoy the BS that they putting down. So when you're sitting and you're listening to somebody like me and you're like, damn, she right. If he is inconsistent, I'm probably not at the top of his roster list. Let me not deal with him. It's upsetting to hear a woman saying that because she's snatching away from your roster. But I'm big on women need to take accountability. Like, if you want a man to treat you a certain...
She ain't said nothing to go by that statement that she's big on women taking accountability. Girl.
Your roster, but I'm big on women need to take accountability. Like, if you want a man to treat you a certain way, like, chill and wait for that man who's going to treat you that way. It's okay.
Yep. Keep on chilling and waiting for that man to treat you that way with these non-settling standards. Go on. I encourage it.
Okay to be by yourself. It's okay to take some time out, because if not, we're going to keep ending back up in these same cycles. You're going to keep having kids by men who really don't want you. You're going to keep being in relationships where you're left by yourself, and then you're angry at the end of the day because you're not taking accountability.
But listen, me and you are talking about this from two different perspectives. Mine's is preemptive. I get that you're saying what has already happened, but what our platforms are about, we're not even really talking to the older women anymore. We're not talking to them. We're telling the younger women before they step in that doo-doo that left their mama single. Listen, you have to say this. I'm going to put you in the hot seat for a second. Okay. If you had to guess right now, give me your definition of a man who meets the bar of the term a quality man. This is a quality man. Describe him to me a little bit. Somebody you'd want to be with.
Okay. I'm going to say he's respectful. He's consistent. He's not ego-driven. Has great.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, come on, them boobs is boobing, child.
That's the man part of me.
Has great leadership. Patient, understanding. He values family. His values and his morals are intact. When it comes to stability, I think that he needs to be financially equipped, financially stable, financially literate, and emotionally available.
Okay, listen. I want to pivot really quick. Before I pivot, what you just described, okay? You just described a quality man, okay? Now I want to ask you, because we're going to get somewhere with this. What percentage out of 100 women in the Black community would you say are considered quality? Somebody you would not mind your son bringing home to see mama. Somebody who you could say, I want that to be my daughter-in-law right there. What percentage of the women in the African American community would you say are walking around here functioning as a quality woman?
If I would have to say right now,
spin that. Where my scamp? Talk to me.
Okay. I'm gonna say this, and ladies watching, this is why I exist. This is why you can find me on Cold Truth with Snow so sophisticated on Instagram. I'm going to say, and I'm pushing the stretch, 45%, 40 to 45%. And that's all with platforms of women learning how to value themselves. But before this era came, I would say we were at 30.
Do you know how badly I wanted to not like you, and you are disappointing the hell out of me? Damn it, man.
But like seriously, as you get to know,
I don't like her. But shout out to DP. I appreciate you, boo. He says standards should always be there before you have kids, not after. I agree. Being 5 for 5, look at what the matriarchy has led to: more emotionally unstable boys. Which she agreed that it is a matriarchy, but then turned around and said it's y'all's fault.
For the tip.
You might have missed that part because you weren't here. But yeah, she's allegedly an accountability person for women. It ain't held no woman accountable yet. It's always y'all. Y'all got to make the transition. Y'all got to make the changes. It's y'all's fault. You already know I go. Shout out to Mike Love. I appreciate you, boo. He said, how come she doesn't tell the women how to genuinely attract these men? That's what's needed. She's a baby mom herself. Found that out later. She has a baby mom herself. Or maybe it was earlier when she said she has one daughter. Yeah, it was earlier. So, and she's sitting here blaming men.
No Emotion Podcast. Go ahead.
As you get to know me, y'all follow Snow So Sophisticated on Instagram, Code
Girl.
Pod on Instagram. The code to my homeboy about this. If a lot of men would listen to me more than the 10 seconds, you would really see them on their side. I'm really an advocate for you, because the one thing
she is an advocate for you, gentlemen. Now she is an accountability person for women and an advocate for you. We ain't heard no advocating for y'all, and we ain't heard no accountability for women. She must not know what words mean.
That disrupts our dating and in the community or in dating it, period. Because men and women are never going to agree. But what I can say, there is somebody out there that's going to agree with the way you like to date. So with that being said,
hold on. What makes you say that? What makes you say that? Somebody who's going to be down with you. There's not enough men in America or in the world for women. In America alone, people say this, and I like to correct it. People say, well, there's somebody for everybody. No, it's not. In America, there are 3.5 million more women than there are men. So if we line it up, boy, girl, there's not. Which makes your options tougher.
I definitely agree. And I definitely agree. When I say there's somebody who agree with the way you're dating, we all, even in the Bible, everybody isn't supposed to be married or going to end up married. We know that. When I say that, that means, for example, let's say if you want more kids, I don't, right? We can keep having this conversation, or we can both decide to part ways, because there is a woman who wants more kids out there. There is a man who doesn't want kids and they're fine with just my one. You get what I'm saying? So my biggest thing is, going back to my point, if men would listen to my conversations more than 10 seconds, I am on your side. I'm just asking women to take accountability, because every day
she is on your side, Sassy Straight. She's just asking women to take accountability. I don't know why y'all are not getting this. I don't know why you all don't see this, child. Slim Daddy, thank you, boo. He said her channel is an emotional tampon for her choices. It's just her on there talking, from what I can see on Instagram anyway, but I would never listen to her.
If she wakes up and chooses the same type of man, it's nobody's fault but her own. She cannot go to bed every day blaming, whether it's a black man, white man, whomever. You cannot go to bed every day blaming someone for the choices that you are making.
Wow.
And my platform is all about women think that when I say play smarter, it's not about playing the same game that a man plays, because you're never going to win those games.
You can't.
Sometimes it's about you can't win against a man's ego. They thrive on that. That's what makes them whole.
Whose ego do you think is bigger, men or women?
You know what? It depends. But I'm gonna say, that's a sticky one. I'm gonna say it depends on the situation.
It's women, hands down. You guys have multiple areas that you're egotistical in. We have kind of a couple.
I'm gonna say men. I'm gonna say men, because the ego conversation will strike y'all harder than it ever strikes us. Women, sometimes we don't know we're operating in ego. It's like a pettiness. But men, y'all ego, y'all are ran by that. So
I want to show you something real quick. It's yours, so you're already familiar with it.
It don't make him ask you to help him build up the table. It needs to be already sturdy before you sit down.
Do you know that no other community is operating like that? None on planet Earth. No other community. You know why? It's unsustainable. My question to you is this:
no other community is getting married before the man is already set up to be a provider. We're the only ones.
Yes, they are. Are you serious? The Latino community. Listen, I live out here in LA. In the Latino community, I see it every day, and everybody else sees it every day.
Remember when all the women was coming out of college with the wedding rings or whatever? They're not all established yet. I guess you forgot about that. They was showing off their rings, and all the black women were mad. And it's like, well, y'all were in college too. You just didn't prioritize. Y'all too busy wanting to get all these degrees so you can brag. And then they said, oh, we're going to get this degree, but we also going to get us a husband. Like, what are we talking about right now? Shout out to Night Jade in the building. I appreciate you, boo. Why was I a virgin until I left Baltimore? Why don't these women see that it's crazy? Decades of baby mama songs, most educated, no sense. Same old crap, different biatch. You already know. You already know. You're not going to tell me, not when you got all the Kardashians. Nobody says anything about the Kardashians, and all of them are baby moms except for Kim. And it's like, why are you worried about them? I don't give a fuck about them. Why are you comparing yourselves to those people? But then you'll turn around talking about white supremacy, child. It's wild. Stuff is wild.
The women that these men have, who I'm buying a fruit cup from, are attractive. Yet they don't have a problem that man is pushing a fruit. I'm talking about a fruit cart. He ain't even got a truck. It's the fruit cart, and it looks like it's time for a newer one. It's our women. Listen, our women. I don't want to say it like this, but our women.
This is amazing.
What about our women?
Turbulence, people. According to stats, we have the lowest quality of women with the highest standards.
This is amazing.
You won't go to the Cheesecake Factory. You won't date a man who doesn't make $100,000 a year, even though the majority of you, the people you have children by, didn't make that.
Ooh, no, Stacey. How dare you? You mean to tell me that those men that sitting at home on the couch while she go out ain't taking her out to the Cheesecake Factory? I'm not going to the Cheesecake Factory. I don't care what y'all say. I don't feel bad about it. I ain't going to Chili's. I ain't going to Applebee's. None of the B's. None of the E's. Okay. But I don't have to go to Castro, Pastros, and Mastros either. Just take me to Starbucks. I'm going to Starbucks. I'm going to go there today. I'm going Waffle House. Maybe I'll try Waffle House again today.
And this is what's capping you guys. You guys are painting the living room, but you're painting it and walking backwards. Painting it and walking backwards. And before you know it, you're in the corner and you have nowhere to walk because you've painted yourself in the corner.
Oh.
You guys must lower your standards. You guys are talking about build a man up. Every other community, that's what they do. My ex-wife, do you know how many? There's been 2 times.
Hold on, before he gets into his ex-wife, I wouldn't say lower your standards. I would just say have realistic standards. That's how I would say it. Because, child, you know that telling somebody to lower their standards is just not gonna be received well. I would say have realistic. because you know these people be triggered by words. Just have some realistic goals and standards. That's all. But they be so unrealistic. It's wild.
She gave me entire paychecks to get back on, and it's never been brought up. But guess what else is different? The mother of my children is from India. All of this stuff that I see, I don't know what. We were together for 29 years. I don't know what it sounds like for her to yell. I don't know what it sounds like. I've never heard her yell in 29 years. I've cheated. I've done all kinds of things. She was my helpmate. And listen, let's be real about it. If I call, hold on. If I call her right now, and tell her to wire me $5,000, the only thing that you're going to hear is a pling. That's it. They are different because she has a different culture in her mindset. She doesn't have the mindset of competing with the man. She believes that God created her for the man.
What warrants a woman asking to be treated a certain way? What makes you translate that to competition?
First of all, she's being disingenuous, of course. You don't have to ask anyone to treat you any particular way if you just find the person that goes ahead and does it because that's who they are. I guess that's a weird concept. Why would you get with someone where you have to tell them how to treat you? You can talk about your likes and your dislikes and things of that nature, but child, I'm not even going to know you if you don't know how to be respectful with me when we're together initially while we're
This is amazing.
while we're getting to know each other. Like, that sounds crazy to me. Maybe it's just me and how I'm hearing it. I don't have to do near none of that. We can, you got to know how to be respectful. You got to know how to speak properly. You got to just have some intelligence about you. And let's just conversate and then see what it is. You know, like I said, you got Jamel saying that the hardest time for you to leave is at the end of the relationship of a DV relationship. I'm saying, child, if you slap me once, I got to go. Okay. I'm just saying, if something is wild, like crazy ass wild, like I want you to go with me while I go rob this store, it's like, yeah, you know what? This is over. You know what I mean? No, these people just be getting with these people where they don't make sense what they do. You're not going to come around here with gremlin hair. Y'all know what that is. You're not going to come around here with no gremlin hair, tattoos all up the back of your neck and teardrops under your eyeballs and all this crazy stuff. And I'm going to think that you're going to treat me like allegedly the VP at Wells Fargo will. I use that analogy for a reason because there's a big contrast there. What are we talking about? Child, these people just be saying any old thing. I swear.
Explain. I don't get what you're saying. Competition. What are you saying?
You said she didn't, your ex-wife or whomever you was with who was still wiring you the money after you cheated on her and did all these disrespectful things. She didn't want to compete with the man. I don't
want to compete. I didn't say that. Oh, no, I'm saying she wanted to be a woman and she's there. She is so feminine. There's nothing about her that's masculine. That's what I mean when I say compete. African American women, hold on. African American women to everybody else, you guys resemble many versions of men.
A man's peace should never be a woman tolerating his disrespect. Women have
a man's peace should never be a woman. Hold on. What did she say, child?
African American women to everybody else, you guys resemble many versions of men.
Ooh, size-wise, mouth-wise, attitude-wise, all that stuff. Superior. How much you want to bet? Put some money on the table. How much you want to bet? Bueller? How much you want to bet? Let me give you a number. Let's bet 20. Let's bet 20. Send a $20 super chat. Let's bet 20. Go ahead. Not 5K. Come on. Skinny boy. Don't get quiet now, child. It's, 5K. All right. Just send 1,000 on the super chat. Just send 1,000 on the super chat. And then we'll see what it is. How about that? Just send $1,000. If it's $999, that's fine too. I know at least 500 can be done. So just go $999, and then we'll see if you win the bet or not. Okay. Anyway, come on, Heifer.
A man's peace should never be a woman tolerating his disrespect. women have the right to show those emotions.
Of course, I'm saying she wasn't the type. Listen, she would
If-
check me about the wrong. I never got
She
caught
should've
cheating.
been
I never got caught. I never got caught cheating. Never. There was never any proof. But you know, when you live a certain lifestyle,
you see how good this woman he's speaking of was to him, and how he still disrupted the relationship. How you still
and we put a 29-year dynasty together because
you
she didn't leave.
that's ridiculous.
We put a 29.
So see, gentlemen, ladies, MSDs, this would be a person that I would not deal with. This would be a person that I would not deal with, okay? Because they just talk. See, this is a LTM effeminate man that's going to come in here and be triggered, but I don't even know why, and just start spouting shit and don't read the room. That's a problem because they talking out the side of their neck for no reason whatsoever. Just saying shit for saying shit's sake. Just out here want to be seen. Then can't even back up what the fuck they say, but always got something to see. A man that I would never deal with. A man that I would never know. And you all shouldn't either. Because they don't even take the time to read the room at minimum. They don't even take the time to try to figure out what the fuck is going on before they start talking. Same difference that the biatches do. That's why I say effeminate. And then gonna sit up here and think that I owe an explanation? Child, I don't know you from a can of motherfucking paint. I don't owe you an explanation for shit. You wanted to talk shit. I'm giving you the opportunity and acknowledging your shit. And now you don't want to follow through? Punk ass BAN. Anyway, y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
Hold on, listen. I need you to catch this so you can pass this on to your people. Okay. Did you know that you're not supposed to leave unless I won't stop doing what I'm doing? You're not supposed to leave when a man cheats. You're not supposed to leave because every time you leave another man for cheat, your clock gets reset. You will never.
Now, Stacy, now you're talking a little crazy, okay? You're talking a little crazy. Now, this is what I say about cheating because, you know, that's a stars wanted to take on being the best cheaters in the world, which is crazy talk if you ask me. But what I've always said when people have asked this question, it's always it depends because it depends on what situation you're in and what that relationship was like and what happened and all those types of things. That shit has to be taken into consideration because what I'm not going to do is to have young kids and you out here cheating. Now I got to go and take this all on my own when we had these kids together. No, sir. No, ma'am. No, sir. And that's not what we're going to do. Are you in love with that person? Are you having babies with them? Then you can go on. All this shit makes a difference. But the first time that somebody says, oh, the man cheated, I gotta go, I'm leaving. Then you're out here suffering in the streets and shit. Then you're out here suffering in the streets and shit. Knowing damn well at the end of the day, how many times do we hear the people on tonight's conversation saying, he cheated on me and I'm trying to figure out what I should do because they be lying. They're going to stay. You heard? But when I used to say that way back when, I used to say that I'd be like, it depends. I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. It depends because it is a depend situation, depending on where you are in the relationship, depending on where your family is, depending on what your financial, situation is. Because who the hell want to go out there and be living in hotels? Now, clearly we know that people that do because they're making rash decisions without thinking shit through. Then we hear tonight's conversations where they always coming up here. He cheated. He had a baby with my sister. What should I do? Girl, what? Girl, when the situations warrant when you should absolutely leave, y'all don't leave. But you're going to tell me that because some dude cheated one time that you go, child, please. These people be telling on themselves. I got about 10 more minutes and I got to go get up out this room, y'all. This was good, though. Shout out to y'all for hanging in there.
Reach the goal line of you've been in a 5 or 10 year relationship or marriage if you keep leaving every time something happened. Our grandmothers didn't operate like that. And that's why they had less education than you, but they built families 10 times better than you. And they were married way longer. You guys can't even get married. But not even by hood niggas. Hood niggas aren't marrying black women. Because you're masculine.
So we're supposed to still operate.
Wait, I don't think hood niggas get married. I could be wrong. I'm thinking on a percentage basis. I don't think most hoodlums, I don't think they just out here saying, let's get married. Let's go on vacation.
Every amount of disrespect from a man just to still not have our...
Listen. Our aunties, our grannies. So she pulling all the women in and taking on their trauma for herself. Listen, back to back in the day, you pick and pull what it is that you want to from back in the day. Everything else you don't want to listen to. The cooking, the caring for, the taking care of the kids, all that you don't want to listen to. But you want to pull out the trauma real quick.
Not even by hood niggas. Hood niggas aren't marrying black women.
Let me
because you're masculine.
So we're supposed to still operate like our grandmothers and our mothers and our aunties who took every amount of disrespect from a man just to still not have our clock reset or have another man entering into our covenant womb so that we won't seem undesirable to you in the space that you created us to be, these undesirable women. Because when you get with us and say it's yours, it's yours, it's yours, you play with a woman's mind and manipulate her to the point to where she thinks that it's actually yours and she submits herself to you. So then she's praised for being submissive in that moment, but once you're tired of her and you're done and you're on to the next person, and now she decides to die.
Men aren't leaving relationships. Men don't leave.
And she's not even talking about marriage. She's just talking about out here having fun times. You just out here talking about having fun times. So have some fun. Honestly, you want to pull out the tradition on what the aunties went through, but you don't want to put out the traditions of not getting pregnant and even having sex before you get married. You don't want to pull those traditions out. That's what I'm talking about. You want to pick and choose which traditional values you want to suit your own bullshit. But using them all, you don't want to do. You want to use today's standards. So she's talking about, oh, it's yours, it's yours. So basically, she's talking about marinating again. And then when men hold her accountable because of the body count, well, today they know your body count because y'all won't shut up. Because before, no one knew anybody's body count. And people used to ask the question, but you just lie. Like, just say that you had a high one. Nobody knew, so you just lie. Y'all out here telling the whole world every aspect of your business, showing every aspect of your business, and then you think there's a reason that somebody should take you on and have you as their wife when you're out here whoring it up? Thank you, Panther, for the jewels. Appreciate you. She just want to take on the trauma. They always want to take on. Why is it that these people cannot take on anything positive is my question. Why is it that they can't take on things that worked out well? All they do is take on the negative, the negativity, the drama, the chaos, and the trauma. You don't take on the part where Meemaw and aunties cooked for their men. And this is just basic shit. You can't take on where they used to care for the kids and they put their kids before their own needs. You can't take on the part where they actually were married. You don't take on the part where Paw may have possibly back in the day had a whole ass family, but you were number one and he left you with a house and cars and money and pensions and Social Security. You don't want to hear near none of that. You don't want to hear about that part. You want to acknowledge that my grandfather left my great grandmother 3 houses in the probably 50s and 60s. So that shit with people talking about the white supremacy and oppression of today, when you can get access to anything and everything from that damn phone in your damn hand, and this is amazing. And they were back there going through Jim Crow and all that racism, high-ass racism and separate segregation and all that. But you trying to tell me that now y'all can't make no shit work when you have all the conveniences of the world, which is probably going to get more and more. But the only thing that you can think of is the drama and the trauma, because that's where you are. You don't see these people don't see positivity in anything. It's all negativity. It's all nasty. And that's what they think of. Yeah. Okay. I'm talking to sassy straights, the black ones. This is why you are only good and you can only be recognized when you are deceased or you are a damn criminal. Because there's no way on earth that you shouldn't be given your proper due when you are going to work on a daily basis, when you are caring for kids, when you are paying bills, whether you're doing it together or not. These people don't know how to come together. These people don't know how to work together. That is a foreign concept. It's all about me, 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 me. And that is today's modern woman, misandrist, feminism bullshit. But then want to pick out way back here about what the grannies used to put up with and what the men used to do. Y'all don't want to do anything but complain. Y'all don't want to change anything. This is the accountability coach, and that's why shit ain't gonna change. This is supposed to be an accountability coach to women. She is a single mom. She's out here basically saying that you sassy straights are the problem why women are angry, the problem why women can't, the problem why women have all these difficulties, while holding no woman accountable to anything. In this whole conversation thus far. Child, this is why I said, let's watch this, because this is crazy. This is wild to even look at. Yeah, she might look good. Them boobs is boobing, absolutely. She all greased up and all that good stuff. But if you just listen to these people, you can hear and know who the hell they are, which is why when Abba Dabba Do And child, that girl, which I don't even know if that shit's going on anymore, and I don't care. But they go through all that, and they was having issues within 30 days of knowing each other, and they moved forward. All you got to do is freaking listen. All you have to do is let these people talk. They're going to tell on themselves every single time, and it really don't take too long, because biatches love to talk, especially if you're someone decent. Child, obviously, if you're not decent. But if you definitely somebody decent, oh, they going to talk. Oh, they going to talk. You just encourage them to talk. They're going to run off at the mouth, child. Trust me when I tell you.
Relationships.
Because now the new person who's desiring her and valuing her, they're now entering into her. So now she's restarted the clock. She's undesirable.
Listen,
because
you keep pinning women to be the victims and men are leaving them. Men aren't leaving relationships. You guys are sabotaging these relationships. Listen, you guys cheat more than men. Now what? Since you want to talk about it, you guys cheat more than men do.
Oh, and we're hey, if you want to pull me back in on that conversation for
look at how she brightening up once he says that. We should be offended by that shit. But then again, these are the people that took that shit on way back on tonight's conversation. He just now said women cheat more. She brightened right up. What kind of thing is that to be proud of? That's why there's, in my opinion, at this point, there's no fighting this shit. It is what it is. All we can do is sit here and watch. So India Irene and Nikki Giovanni or whatever her name is, are sitting up here trying to carry on about spin that. You're wasting your time. These people are going to take on what they want. They think this shit is cute and cool and then blame somebody else, whether it's white people, whether it's black men, whether it's white men, whether it's whoever. The government is Trump, is Anton, is Abba, Daba, Do. It's always anybody else but self.
In these relationships. Listen, you guys cheat more than men. Now what? Since you want to talk about it, you guys cheat more than men do.
Oh, and we're hey, if you want to pull me back in on that conversation for another day, we can definitely have that conversation. Women cheat better than men, and we can talk about why they
cheat more. Listen, there's a study conducted by women. This survey was conducted by women.
Think about how much. We
can listen, 50 to 70% of you guys who are in. Hold on, let me say this before you go. Let me say this: 50 to 70% of women who were surveyed who are currently in a relationship already have a backup plan in case their current man doesn't work out. And I'm sorry. Hold on. I saw you support that. How can you support a woman being in a relationship but entertaining other men? What you're doing is with that information, you're destroying the community and you're promoting whoredom.
I need to have a backup plan. You need to always have you in the.
And you're standing on that. You're standing on that on the internet.
I'm saying this when I say have a backup plan, I am not talking about having a backup plan with another man. This goes into what I said in the first video you played. Be independent, be selfish, have some selfish tendencies about yourself. Make sure that you have things on your plan B so you're able to not lose yourself in that relationship. A lot of women lose themselves. Now, I'm not saying be a cheater because I don't think all men cheat, so I don't think women should cheat. I'm not saying that. But if we want to play roster for roster and you're dealing with a man who has a roster, baby, do it.
How do you know he has a roster?
If we playing roster for roster.
Some men keep it all the way up.
Oh my God.
Some men,
yes, it's all she has is negativity. All she has is negativity. And this is your accountability coach. But then you have Twilight Dreams that says, I don't know why y'all think that the only person that is supposed to be happy in a relationship is a man. Nobody said that. I don't know where you got that from. You just as bad as she is. You're taking on, you hear what you want to hear. You taking some shit in. No one said anybody should be happy because what I always say is the shit ain't about happiness at the end of the damn day. Y'all think that shit is about being happy. You're not a child, okay? You are not a fucking kid. Grow up. The point is that you need to give just as much as you expect. The problem is that bitches don't want to give shit, but they expect a lot. That's a problem. So as long as a man gives everything, as long as a man pays all the bills, as long as a man supports anything that she wants and she can do whatever she wants, the woman is happy. The man just supposed to sit there and take it. That's not reality. But bitches is always leaving something because they're not happy. They don't want to try to problem solve, resolve, get no help, work on it. You cannot be happy 24 hours a day. The world does not revolve around your damn happiness. You are not a fucking kid. Make your kid happy. How about that? That's who matters. Work on parenting your fucking kids so they're not out here in the damn streets. Work on stop having sex with every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes by while you up here having a bunch of damn kids. Then you mad because don't nobody want you because you didn't run around here having a bunch of kids and now you marinating with all that juice inside of you. And everybody's supposed to be okay with that and just let that shit shit go. Y'all never want to take accountability for what the bitches are doing, but it's always what men should do. This woman's supposed to be an accountability for fucking women, and she ain't hold one woman accountable for shit. All she doing is talking about what men need to do, and that's typically what a daggone is. How the hell can a woman tell a man what to do when a woman can't even raise a daggone man, as we can see with all the damn kids out here wilding, being raised by daggone women, of which she did admit that it's a fucking matriarchy, but as soon as something is negative, they want to go and blame the man that they push out, the man that they won't allow in, the man that got to go and fight, like Stacey said earlier. There's no way on God's green earth that I would ever take care of my kids by my damn self. Never. I didn't fuck for them kids by myself. I'm not taking care of them by myself. And that's why we did that shit together. Y'all won't even sacrifice. Bitches won't even sacrifice for their own damn kids. They won't sacrifice for their relationships. They won't sacrifice for shit except they damn selves, because women are selfish. I'm not offended by that. I know I am. I know I can be, but I also know how to give. I know how to care. I know how to take care of a man. I know how to wonder what he's doing. I know how to help him when he needs some damn help. And I know when to shut the fuck up, for the most part, when I need to shut the fuck up, and I'm not upset about none of that. But y'all think that men and women are the same. They are not. Men and women are different. Nobody said that they're not equal. We all got the same equality. We all can go work. We can all go to the same places. We can all do all that type of shit. But y'all think that you make more money, or you make a significant amount of money, and you tell somebody else what they need to do. We are not slaves. Men are not slaves. And it's interesting, as far as Black people is concerned, always talking about slavery and racism, but y'all want to make sure that you try to get a man to do whatever you want, which sounds like backwards slavery, if you ask me. You are not in charge of anything. You can barely be in charge of yourself. If you can't care for that fucking man and make sure that he's eating, then what does anybody need you for? Child, forget all the basic bullshit. If that nigga lost his job today, what the fuck are you going to do to help him? That's the big deal as far as I'm concerned. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. If he cannot count on you when times is tough, what the fuck does he need you for? Not a GD thing. That's that shit with the cooking and cleaning. Honestly, that's just that. First of all, it's just crazy, because you got to fucking cook and clean for your damn self. So why you wouldn't do it for the person that you allegedly love? Because you don't love most of y'all don't know how to love. You don't even know what it means. And while it is an action verb, we all know that we're emotionally tied to men. And the funny thing is that then you'll get with somebody that ain't got shit, and then you expect them to give you the damn world. They don't have anything to give you.
This is amazing.
They don't have anything to give you the world from, but you still fucking them and having daggone kids, and then a decent man is supposed to accept that. I would never, if I had a son, I would never have him deal with a woman with fucking kids. Never, ever, ever. Keep looking, child. Don't do it. Because, child, you don't even know who's on the other side of that kid. Probably a nigga who's in jail gonna come out and do something wild and crazy. Somebody who's a fucking ghetto. Somebody that ain't got shit. Especially if he ain't taking care of his kids, he ain't shit. Why would you want to deal with that? Y'all still do the shit. Y'all still deal with that nigga. Y'all still fucking that nigga and having kids. Then you're sitting up here worrying about what fucking famous people are doing, thinking you deserve that. You don't deserve anything except for what you work for. That's the bottom damn line. And child, if I expect him to come to me when I'm on the side of the road and I've been run out of gas, then he should expect me to come to him if he runs out of gas on the side of the road. Y'all wouldn't even do that. That is the minimum. You don't even care for your damn man nor your kids as much as you care for your selfish ass self. And that's where most of that comes from. And that's why there's so many damn problems. Miss me with all this other bullshit. I'm not trying to hear it. Shout out to Maurice Matt. Thank you so much, boo. He said, thank you, Miss Michonne, for another great show. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. You as well, boo. Shout out to all of y'all. Happy 4th of July weekend. Gots to go. Got to get up out of this room. Make my way back home. I appreciate y'all, all of y'all, everyone that donated to the channel, all the new subscribers. Shout out to the mods for doing the damn thing. Shout out to all the channel members. I appreciate y'all. I see you all in the next.